Now see this picture. Through this picture, we are trying to understand the meaning of ethics. Ethics refers to the evaluation of moral values, principles and standards of human conduct and its application in daily life to determine acceptable human behavior. See this picture. This is a bean balance and this is the bean balance of ethics. Here in our left hand side, it is mentioning our right and it is mentioning that wrong. So we have to maintain the balance of right and wrong. Like the nature is maintaining the balance of ecological balance, the nature is maintaining the balance of food cycle, the nature is maintaining the balance of nitrogen cycle. Similarly, we have to maintain the balance of right and wrong in our life. And this would be possible by following the ethical principles or being ethical. If you don't have ethical principles or some ethical directions in our life, then it's going to be very much difficult to choose between the right and the wrong. Suppose sometimes you are going to choose the wrong path and you are not ethical. So you will not understand yourself that I am going in a wrong track. Because you are not ethical, you are not having the ethical principles in your life. But following the ethical principles very much from the childhood stage, then it would make us very much capable to understand, to choose between the right and the wrong. So there is a poem in 10th standard, I think. The road not taken. The road not taken. In that poem, there are two different ways, and those two different ways, for some stage, would crosses through some woods. Here, the poet was in complete dilemma that whether I have to go through this way or whether I have to go through this way. The first path, the first way, that was very much grassy. It means that that part will be traveled by very less people. And the second path, it is less grassy because this path would be this part has been taken by very much more people. So, if you gonna follow your ethical principles in those situations, then those ethical principles would help you to choose the correct path for you. For some time, the poet, he was thinking that I should go through this path because it was chosen by more people, and it means that it will create less obstacles for me. I will face less impediments in this path. But before stepping to this path, the poet once again he was thinking about the another part, which was more grassy. It means that it was less traveled. He, by following these ethical principles, he is trying to convince his mind and heart that I have to go through this path which is chosen by very less. Why? Why did he do that? Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The poet has to face the impediments, obstacles, barriers in the path which was chosen by very less people. He is totally complete about the fact that after lots of impediments, after lots of barriers, after lots of obstacles, its consequence would be very much different and very much awesome and very much great as comparison to the consequences of the path which is traveled by very less. Because if we want to gain achievements, if you want to be successful in our life, then definitely we have to choose that path which was definitely traveled by less people. Why we gonna choose those path that gonna be chosen by very more people? Because we all are trying to make ourselves very different. We are all trying to prove ourselves different from others. We have to go to that peak, the peak which was achieved by very less people. Because all we want to make our own image, own reputation the front of this present world. So on that situation, the poet, he chosen the path which was traveled by very less. And after facing some impediments, after facing the obstacles like the great wood, dense wood, and after that he will definitely achieve his goal. So after finishing those paths, he would consider himself that yeah, I am the man who is choosing the path which is traveled by very less, and he is very proud of himself. So suppose that in that situation, if he did not follow her ethical principles, then definitely he is not making himself understand that which part gonna be best for him. So definitely these principles, this being ethic is very much important. Next slide. Now, see this model of ethics. It looks like the trigonometric table. I mean, sir, I think so, but it is not. See the model. This is the model of ethics. Here, awareness is written over here with the marking of plus and with the marking of minus. Here, practice is mentioning over here by indicating negative side and by indicating positive side. And this table, 4 words are there: facade, then walk there, talk, opportunist, and salt of the earth. This is the model of ethics. See, if we are totally aware in our life, totally aware means we are following the ethical principles in our life. If we are totally aware with this awareness, it's going to be matched towards the walk there talk. If we are totally aware, then it's going to be matched with the salt of the earth. If we gonna show the persistence, the complete consistency towards the practice, then it will be matched towards the walk there talk, and it will be matched towards the salt of the earth. So, what is the meaning of this word facade? It means mukhata, fake, being fake. Okay. What is the meaning of this word walk there talk? Walk there talk means whatever you are saying, you have to follow your actions, you have to follow your words in your entire life without breaking your words. So if we are following the awareness, complete awareness in our life, it will be matched towards walk there talk. If we are following the complete awareness in our life, it will be matched towards salt of the earth. And if you follow the practice means you have to show the consistency, we have to show the perseverance in our life, and definitely it's going to be matched towards the work there talk, it's going to be matched towards the salt of the earth. Walk there talk means whatever the commitments we are giving, whatever the promises we are giving, whatever the words we are presenting in front of us, we have to follow those actions, we have to keep our promises. So that is the walk there talk. Opportunist means matlab, it means that if suppose a person is showing less hard work, they are less hard work. If a person is showing low practice in his life, if a person is showing low awareness in his life, then definitely he will or she will always try to find out some opportunities in their life without follow the proper sequence of achievement. He or she will try to find out the shortcuts to be on that peak. That is the meaning of opportunist. So if we are less aware, then we will go to this track, opportunist. It means that we are always trying to find out the shortcuts to reach on that top level of success. And this is a very nice word, salt of the earth. So as we know, earthworms, they are the great friends of farmers. Earthworms, they are the great friend of farmers. Why? Because earthworms, they help in the nitrogen cycle, they help the farmer to increase the soil fertility. So now see this word, salt of the earth. Salt of the earth means those peoples who are completely following the awareness, completely following the practice in their entire life to reach or to go to that peak of success without finding any shortcuts. Because always definitely shortcuts will make you in trouble. But if we are following the complete awareness, if we follow the model of this ethic, if we follow the complete practice, then we can consider ourselves as salt of the earth, because we are showing the perseverance, we are showing the consistency, we are showing the values, honesty, integrity in our life, and we are going to follow the actual sequence to be on that top level. And if we are less practiced, then this will be matched with facade. Then if we are less practiced, then it will be going to be matched with the opportunist. So this is the model of ethics. We have to follow this model of ethics in our life, and we have to discuss this to our students as well in a very easy and in a very comfortable way, so that from this very small childhood stage they will much able to understand and they will follow this model of ethics up to their entire life. As this means a facade is an exterior side of the building. It's a common definition of facade, but we have to understand the meaning of this word, like fake, being fake. The word comes from the French language. Walk their talk considers the consumer's ethical intention, and the ethically minded consumers rarely purchase ethical products. Next. Opportunists are people who see a chance to gain some advantage from a situation, often at the expense of ethics or morals. So this is really not going to be okay in our life, because being opportunist, it means you are always in a look to gain some advantage from a situation. Ethics doesn't matter for you if you are opportunist, often at the expense of ethics or morals. If you are opportunist, it means that you are keeping your ethics on the sake. You are keeping your ethics on a disturbing imbalance. You are definitely not following your own life's ethics. You are definitely not following your own morals. And salt of the earth means, salt of the earth is the most worthy of people. A very good or worthy person. These persons, they are following the ethics. They are following the moral principles. That's why they are considered as salt of the earth, like earthworms. Earthworm is very much important in our earth. So these are the people. They are not looking for any opportunities. They are totally favor the actual sequence to be on the top and to go on the peak of success. Okay. Now we have to look the types of ethics. First, I would like to discuss the normative ethics. Normative ethics would be also considered as prospective ethics. Like see, on daily basis, we are directing our students that help someone in need. We are directing our students that keep your promises. We are directing our students that do not steal. We are directing our students that do not lie to anybody. These are the examples of normative ethics. So normative ethics says about the actions which are morally right or wrong. That would be normative ethics. So when we are directing our students that don't be lie, do not steal, keep your promises, always help your friends, always help your parents, be punctual, be on discipline. These are all going to be the examples of normative ethics, because normative means something that guides or controls. It aims to discover what should be the moral standards that are supported by the best reasons. So being normative is also very much important. Here, one more word is occurring, that is moral. Moral standards always say moral principles. So that will be sounds similar to ethics. So please don't get confused between the moral and ethics. These two are very different words. In our practical life, what we have seen, that in most cases when any of us does something, we try to act according to what society believes is right. Definitely, we are doing this one. We, before taking any actions, before taking any steps, the first thought that is clicking in our mind that if I do this one, what gonna be the other person think about me? If I gonna stand there, what will other teachers will think about me? More often, we listen closely to what our beliefs about right or wrong, even if they are different from the society's views. If we always think about the society, if we always think about the other's opinion, then how would we represent ourselves? How would we gonna represent our own opinion, ideas, and knowledge? These two have to do with the ethics and morals. So let's first make a proper differentiation between the ethics and morals. Morals means what? Morals are our own principles. And what about ethics? Ethics refers to the rules that a society system provides us. So ethics is directly controlled by the society system. And what about the morals? Morals are directly controlled by our inner heart. So this is the proper differentiation between the ethics, being ethic, and being moral. Okay, now next type of ethics is, I would like to discuss this one, descriptive ethics. It is also known as comparative ethics. Now, if it focuses on observing and describing people's more beliefs and behavior without making judgments about their rightness or wrongness. I would like to read this one more time. It focuses on observing and describing people's more beliefs and behaves without making judgment about their rightness and wrongness. So if I say it is wrong to steal, if I say it is wrong to steal, it is wrong to hurt anyone, if I say these words, it would be normative. But if I say most people in this society believe that it is wrong to steal, here I am comparing my thoughts to the thoughts of society. When I am doing this comparison, this would be going under the stage of descriptive ethic. So this normative, this is going to be related to moral principles of life. The examples of normative, like when we directing our students, don't steal, do not hurt anyone, be disciplined, be punctual. That will be the example of normative ethics. Then what will be descriptive? Here, when we are making a proper comparison. Comparison of what? Comparison of our own thinkings to the thinkings of society. Then that would be considered as descriptive ethics. So the synonym of descriptive gonna be comparative. So this is also known as comparative ethics. So example again. If I say like this, more people in this society believe that it is wrong to steal. So the example is very much clear. I am presenting my thoughts according to the society. It means I am doing the comparison of my thought to this thought of the society. So it's very easy. It gonna be the example of descriptive. Third one I would like to discuss, applied ethics. It means to apply ethical principles to real world situations and specific fields. Like I would like to make it very easy by providing a great instance. There is a biological word. Mandal sir, there is a biological word, euthanasia. Euthanasia means mercy killing. It means that it is a medical practice of killing somebody without pain who wants to die because he or she is suffering from a disease that can't be cured. ऐसे कोई पर्सन होंगे जो किसी डिजीज से कंटिन्यू चल रहे हैं और उसका कुछ उपाय ही नहीं है, तो डॉक्टर्स उनको उनके इच्छा से मर्सी क्लिनिक की तरफ ले जाते हैं. वो प्रोसेस का नाम है यूथेनेसिया. सर कुछ बोलेंगे आप इस प्रोसेस के बारे में? Okay. So this euthanasia is also known as mercy killing. This is the example of applied ethics. This is a mercy killing. Another example, organ donation. Organ donation. Next one is organ donation. It is also a prime example of applied ethics. Organ donation, prime example of applied ethics. Because it involves navigating complex moral principles like autonomy, justice, when deciding who can donate, who can receive, and how organs should be allocated, all while respecting individuals' rights and maximizing social benefits. So applied ethics is totally focusing on social benefits. When we are moving to the term euthanasia, it means doctors are providing mercy killing to their patients because they are suffering from those diseases that can't be cured. So according to his own, they are opting towards the mercy killing. And the second one is organ donation. There are lots of people who are donating their organs. That first we have to identify or we have to search for those persons who want to receive the organs which are going to be donated. We have to at first identify the right person. Then we have to go through the complete process of allocation of those organs in a very beneficial or efficient way. So it means that we are applying these theories for the benefit of society only. That's why it will be considered as applied ethics. We have to apply our ethics for the benefit of society. So whenever I am teaching accountancy or BST in my period, I would like to provide some basic examples or some attractive examples to make our students understand the concept easily without following the actual rules and formulas. Because if I provide an example in a story way, that would be easily grabbed by my students. But simply if I provide them the rules, the formulas, then that would be like a boring for them. So here I am also applying the ethics. I am applying those stories. I am applying those techniques, tricks to make my students easily understand the concepts without following the rules and formulas. Because to listen a story, all are interested in this. So here I am also applying my ethics, my theories for the beneficial of society, for the beneficial of my students. So that's going to be also the example of applied ethics. And lastly, I would like to discuss about this meta ethics. My dear listeners, a lot of decisions we make in our life are based on our beliefs. Whatever the decisions we are taking in our life, they all are based on our beliefs. They all are based on our past experiences as well. So our beliefs about what is right and what is wrong, as well as what is beneficial or harmful. Here, I would like to, so all the decisions we are taking presently are going to be in our future that are somehow interconnected to our past experiences, and those are somehow interconnected to our beliefs as well. Let's see an interesting example of this. So once I was traveling to my uncle's home with my mom. So on the midway, a black white cat crossed from one side of the road to another. My mother observed this one and she ordered me to stop my bike. So I asked my mom, so what is the reason of that one? It is a wild cat. It is the nature of that cat to crawl, to jump here and there. So my mom says, no, this will bring the negative energy. This will indicate the sign of bad omen. अपशकुन का साइन है. यहीं पर रुको, दो चार आदमी क्रॉस कर जाएंगे, तब हम लोग को चलना है, नहीं तो वापस घर चलो. मम्मी ने ऐसा बोला मेरे को. So how she gained these ideas? Because of her past beliefs, because of her past experiences, and he is trying to input those past experiences and beliefs into my mind as well. So for coming generation, I think 70 to 80% I'm going to follow these beliefs or past experiences in my life as well. Because आज भी जब देखते बिल्ली रास्ता काटती तो मम्मी का याद आता है मेरे को. मम्मी ऐसे ऐसे बताई थी, तो पीछे से कोई पार होता है तो भी पार होना है, नहीं तो वापस घर. So this is the example of meta ethics. Meta ethics means when we are applying our thoughts, when we are applying our principles, those principles who are interconnected to our past beliefs and our past experiences, then it's going to be the example of meta ethics. Another example is here. Some people believe that raising children with full education is a good investment for them, because you are investing your capital on education that will definitely return you back in the near future. But there are some parents as well, on the contrary, someone who believes that the raising children with full education is a complete waste. So two types of parents are there. First, who believes that education is like an investment and definitely it will give you higher return on your coming future. And some people believe that investment of an education is a complete waste. So why they are hanging themselves in those situations, in those thoughts? In our first hand, education is like an investment. On our second hand, education is like investment of education on education is like a waste. These parents, they are making this, considering these decisions because they are having some past experiences, some past beliefs. They are having the proper education's background on their background. They are completely settled. But what about those parents? Obviously, they are not from the educational backgrounds. Their past beliefs, their past experiences definitely are not good. That's why they are considering investment on education is a complete waste. So when we are putting our ethics, our principles, those are related to our past experiences, past beliefs, that will be going to under meta ethics. Now, as all we know that resources are inadequate. Even the richest person of India, Ambani, he is also suffering the lack of resources. Resources कभी fulfill हो ही नहीं सकते. Resources का हमेशा कमी रहता ही है. So today we are facing a new type of resource. अब ये क्या resource कभी खत्म होगा? And that is the resource that is related to AI. How we gonna make it very useful for us? And also we have to focus about the drawbacks of this one. Also we have to focus about the loopholes of this one, and how we make ourselves very much efficient and effective by using this resource AI. That we will make understand by our another resource persons, Mr. Bigam sir. Please welcome her. Please welcome her. Please with a huge round of applause.
Good morning, honorable principal ma'am and all the teachers. आज का जो टॉपिक है AI क्या है, इससे अपना काम हम कैसे आसान कर सकते हैं, आज हम इस पे चर्चा करेंगे. बहुत ज़्यादा हम लोग इसको नहीं पढ़ेंगे कि AI के बारे में ज़्यादा जानकारी नहीं, सीधा हम लोग टूल्स पे आएंगे कुछ ही देर में कि कौन कौन सा टूल्स हमारा टीचिंग लाइफ में आसान बना सकता है हम लोग का लाइफ. जैसे बहुत सारा टूल्स है जो कि टीचिंग पीरियड में हम लोग यूज़ करेंगे तो उससे काम हमारा आसान होगा. ठीक है, तो सबसे पहले AI का मतलब समझते हैं कि AI है क्या. ठीक है, AI मीन्स आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंसी. दैट मीन्स AI refers to stimulation of human intelligence in machines that are programmed to think like a human and mimic their action. The term may also apply to any machine that exhibits the trait associated with human mind, such as learning and problem solving. AI कब आया? 1940, 1940 से AI का स्टार्ट हुआ. सबसे पहले चाइना में स्टार्ट हुआ. इसका बाद AI के बारे में AI हमारा लाइफ को आज के डेट पे बहुत आसान कर चुका है. हर चीज हम लोग जो भी चीज कर रहे हैं, अब उसको हम लोग किससे कनेक्ट करने का कोशिश कर रहे हैं. सारा चीज को हम लोग AI से कनेक्ट करने का कोशिश कर रहे हैं. AI हम ही लोग से सीखता है. पहले जो AI यूज हो रहा था 1990 में, तो वो AI उतना ज़्यादा एडवांस नहीं था, बट आज का AI बहुत एडवांस हो रहा है. और आने वाले समय में जब हमारे बच्चे AI यूज करेंगे वो और एडवांस हो जाएंगे. AI हम ही से सीखते हैं. जैसा एक ट्रैफिक सिग्नल में आप देखे होंगे, ट्रैफिक सिग्नल में 2 कैमरे लगे होते हैं. ऊपर से कितनी गाड़ी आ रहे हैं, जा रहे हैं, तो जितना गाड़ी जा रहा है या आ रहा है, कैमरा क्या कर रहा है, उसको डे बाय डे उसको कैप्चर कर रहा है और सारा डाटा वो क्या कर रहा है, कलेक्ट कर रहा है. AI भी कुछ उसी प्रकार है. AI हमारा ही डाटा लेके हमको सिखाने का कोशिश करता है एक्यूरेट और एक्यूरेसी से, कि उससे गलती ना हो. अगर मान लीजिए कि हमको राइट में मेरा धनबाद है और लेफ्ट में मेरा गिरिडीह है. अब हमको धनबाद जाना है. सपोज हम कुछ डाले AI में कुछ कमांड डाले कि राइट में मेरा धनबाद है, तो AI राइट ना जाके लेफ्ट चला गया, तो उसके बाद जब अगला कमांड हम उसको डालेंगे तो वो राइट में जाएगा धनबाद, क्योंकि उसको पता है कि वो गलत किया. अगला बार जब उस पे कमांड डाला जाएगा तो वो राइट की ओर जाएगा कि धनबाद राइट में, वो अगला बार ये गलती नहीं करेगा. मगर हमारा जो ब्रेन होता है वो डे बाय डे बुढ़ाता है, ओल्ड होते जाता है और ओल्ड होते जाता है, जिससे मेरा जो मेमोरी पावर है वो लॉस होते जाता है. बट AI के साथ ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. AI इन स्कूल, आने वाले समय में अगर हम स्कूल में AI को इनबिल्ट नहीं करेंगे तो हमारा स्कूल पीछे जाएगा. ये मानिए चाहे मत मानिए, AI अगर स्कूल में नहीं आएगा तो हम लोग बहुत पीछे जाएंगे. AI is growing rapidly in education sector. आजकल के जो बच्चे हैं वो AI का हेल्प बहुत ज़्यादा यूज कर रहे हैं. क्वेश्चन सॉल्विंग में। ज्यादातर स्कूल में टीचर्स होमवर्क देते हैं, वो घर जाते हैं, चैट जीपीटी ऑन करते हैं, उससे आंसर कलेक्ट कर लेते हैं और वही आंसर को लाके टीचर्स को दिखा देते हैं। ठीक है, आजकल एआई बहुत ज्यादा एजुकेशन सेक्टर में यूज हो रहा है। एआई कैन यूज एन एजुकेशनल टूल दैट गाइड द स्टूडेंट टुवर्ड देयर गोल। अब तो ऐसा हो गया है कि स्टूडेंट ऐसा समझने लगे कि एआई आ गया है तो हमको टीचर्स का वो वैसा कुछ खास जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि सारा प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग हम लोग खुद से कर लेते हैं। ठीक है, आगे चल के इसका कॉन्स में भी बात करेंगे, क्या इसका demerits है। Teacher can also use AI technology as instructional tool to teach and develop their lesson plan. Teachers भी as well as student अपना lesson plan तैयार कर सकते हैं AI से। जैसा कि अभी बैठ के मनीष सर भी यही काम कर रहे थे, AI को कमांड दिए कि मेरा lesson plan कितना जल्दी कंप्लीट हो सकता है, क्या उसमें फायदा होगा। क्या मनीष सर, सही बात है कि नहीं? कि इतना टाइम हम क्यों वेस्ट करें लेसन प्लान लिखने में, जो मेरा एआई काम कर सकता है मेरे लिए। While offering many incredible opportunities, there are also like many challenges in implementation AI in school. अब एआई को इतना आसानी से स्कूल में हम नहीं लेके आ सकते, क्योंकि बहुत सारा इसमें चैलेंजेस फेस करना पड़ेगा आपको। नेक्स्ट सर। एआई टेक्नोलॉजी फॉर एजुकेशन, चैट बॉट्स का हम लोग यूज करते हैं, जैसे चैट जीपीटी। यहाँ पे लगभग लोग चैट जीपीटी के बारे में जानते हैं। उसके अलावा भी हम लोग बात करेंगे वर्चुअल रियलिटी, गेम खेलने में। गेम जोन जब जाते हैं तो आंख में कुछ पहनते हैं, लगता है कि एकदम वहीं पे हम खुद खेल रहे हैं। और लर्निंग मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम एलएमएस। नेक्स्ट सर। प्रोज ऑफ यूजिंग एआई इन स्कूल, क्या क्या फायदा है एआई स्कूल में एआई का एआई यूज करने से। पहला, पर्सनलाइज्ड लर्निंग। एआई कैन एनालाइज इंडिविजुअल स्टूडेंट स्ट्रेंथ एंड वीकनेस। एआई आइडेंटिफाई कर सकता है कौन सा स्टूडेंट वीक है और कौन सा स्टूडेंट स्ट्रांग है पढ़ाई में। Enable personal learning experience that cater the student's specific need and learning style. पाँच मिनट बाद फिर से हम लोग आते हैं, छोटा सा ब्रेक है।
Successful. How many qualities to become successful? Three qualities. The number one is integrity. The second one is intelligence. Without intelligence, you can't get success. And you also need energy. So these are the three qualities so that we can achieve our goals. Okay. But person should have integrity, intelligence, energy. But you can see that the person without integrity, they become also successful. Many persons you can see in your life that the person without integrity, they become successful. So how they become successful? You can say, but without integrity, you can be successful. So that is the reason of corruption. So that is the reason of corruption. If the person have the integrity, then the corruption level will automatically become down. So in any situation, a person has intelligence and energy, so they also get success. But he don't have integrity, so that this type of person are very dangerous for our society. If they don't have integrity, but they have intelligence and energy, so they are very dangerous for our society. So, just like the corrupt officers, you can see, suppose you go to the any government office and they ask for something extra price, then you can say that is the corruption. So they don't have integrity, they have only intelligence. They have a lot of energy, but they are not using their intelligence and energy in doing the right things. Now, I'm going to the key point in our education level. Integrity in education. Why integrity is important in education? Academic integrity supports learning opportunities, shortcut solutions like plagiarism, contract cheating, test bank, and lacking students of learning opportunities. When the work is not done by the students, they are putting their original thought on paper. So student then lose the opportunity to receive the feedback. If the student have the integrity, अगर स्टूडेंट के पास इंटेग्रिटी नहीं है, then how they will put their thoughts in the paper. So academic integrity supports learning opportunity. It gives the student opportunities to learn. Just like the shortcut solutions like plagiarism, contract cheating, and test bank, means the question bank, they lack the students of in gaining the opportunities of learning. So when the work is not done by the students in a own way, then how they will put their original thoughts on paper? Okay, if the student will not think about themselves, then how they will put their thoughts in the paper? It is very difficult. So students then lose the opportunity to receive the feedback that is agreeable based on their needs, and resulting support they may need to further their learning journey. So we can say that when a student answers are not their own, it is impossible for educators to get an accurate assessment of learning and provide feedback and make informed changes to a teaching curriculum. So it is very impossible for us to do the accurate assessment, to provide feedback, or to make any changes in our curriculum. So lack of integrity. So respect for learning starts with academic integrity. Academic misconduct disrespect the academic work of others and break down trust. So that is the reason why the students are not doing well in their study. So respect is a qualitative factor. If you will respect others, then you will also get the respect. So that is the qualitative. And respect has the long-term consequence. You will get a long-term result of it in your lifelong journey. If you will not know how to respect, then you don't get respect also. Okay, and it will affect your lifelong journey in your future, in your workplace. So that is very important to know about the respect, the value of respect. So that is for both the students and the researchers or teachers. So academic integrity is an indicator of future workplace behavior. So if the student will learn how to behave or how to do the right things with their integrity, then it will definitely affect their future behavior or workplace. So according to research, academic dishonesty in school leads to dishonesty in the workplace also. If the students are dishonest in school, they will also become dishonest in their workplace. So it will affect their journey. So the academic integrity journey must be firmly established to ensure a lifetime of integrity in the schools. So we have to give a frame to the students, or we have to give a base to the student that they don't have to show the dishonest act in the school. We have to make them a habit, or we have to give the habit to do the right thing in a honest way. Now you can see the key elements of integrity. What is the key elements of integrity? So if we don't have honesty, then we can't say our integrity. Ethical behavior. In the previous session, you will know about the ethics and consistency and accountability. These are the 4 key features of integrity. So without these principles or without these key features, we can't be the man of integrity. So we all have to practice, or we all have to make a habit to be honest. And we have to show the right ethical behavior. We have to show the consistency in a stable way, and accountability means you have to be the answerable for any situation. If you don't give the answer, or if you will not be the answerable of any situation, that it means you will not be the man of integrity. So the number 1 is honesty. So how can we show honesty in our schools? How can we inculcate honesty in the student? So it is a habit formation from the early childhood. If we will not inculcate these values in the children, they will not know how to behave honestly with others. So that the CBSE has inculcated many chapters related to honesty in their moral books also. Now, build trust. So build trust means establish confidence and faith in someone or something through consistent, reliable action, truthful communication, and demonstrating and empathy. So it is the foundational aspect of a strong relationship and effective collaboration. So how can we build trust to others? So we have to show the collaboration. We have to make communication with them. We have to demonstrate. We have to show our empathy so that we can build the trust. Now the ethical behavior. So following moral principle even when no one is watching. So that is a type of dilemma, means to promote ethical behavior in students. We are not talking the another thing. We have to learn about how to promote this behavior in our students. So how to promote ethical behavior in students? So to promote ethical behavior in students, we must focus on the creating a supportive environment for them. Without creating a supportive environment, it is not possible. So teaching moral values. So we are now teaching the moral lessons to the student, and encouraging ethical decision making. So we have to give them different types of conditions to our students. In that condition, how they will behave. So we should do at least one presentation for it, or we can do at least one skit for it for 1 or 2 minutes. So that is enough for the preparation of the student. So now we should encourage open and respectful discussion about ethical dilemmas in our classroom and related to the true values. So creating a safe space for students, and we have to give them opportunity to speak out. Without giving opportunities, we can't do the right way. So now how can we encourage the academic honesty in our children? So establish clear expectation, and we have to show them the consequences, and we have to tell them what is the consequences, what is the result of if you are doing incorrect, or if you are doing anything wrong in your classroom. So what will be the result? So we have to maintain it. So we should promote a culture of integrity through open communication. So we have to talk the students, and we have to promote a culture of integrity through the open communication and in our teaching period, and provide resources to support students in understanding and upholding academic integrity. Means we should also do the role plays in our class. So what will be the effect of if we will inculcate ethical behavior, if we will inculcate honesty in the student? So what will be the consequence of it? it will help the student to gain the long-term success. So example of academic integrity include being honest by indicating where and how often you use information created by others. So you must be respectful of the work and others and communicate their ideas correctly. If the student will become successful, then at the time of their workplace, if they get any situation, there they have to show the honesty or there they have to show the integrity, then this practice will help them to be more successful in their life. So now, the consistency. We have to show our integrity in a consistent way. Okay, we have to show in a stable way. Our integrity is a type of thing that we can't show to anyone. And accountability. So you will be the answerable of any situation and taking responsibility for one's action. If they are doing wrong, then you can say that you are not doing correct. That is your duty. You can't do this. After that, they will do or not. So why integrity is important in education? So I told earlier that integrity is important in education. So we can get the long-term success. Without integrity, it is impossible to get the long-term success of the student. So students who demonstrate integrity are more likely to succeed in life. Now, encourage academic honesty. We should encourage the academic honesty. Integrity is essential for a fair and just learning environment. So if we will provide the student a fair environment, if we will provide the student time to talk something about that, and then they will know about the academic honesty and promote ethical behavior. So set a standard for student to follow, leading to responsible citizenship. If we will not tell the student how to behave and how to talk with another person in different types of conditions, so we can't make them the man of integrity. So most of the students are not doing that type of thing. So we all have to do that thing. Now, integrity in the classroom. So how can we support integrity in our classroom? So, to encourage ethical academic practices and students' integrity, institutions should emphasize honesty, proper award, and originality in work, and while also creating a culture of respect and accountability in the classroom. So, it is very important to demonstrate the honesty. If you will show the honesty, or if you will give the awards to students. So that is the important to promote the integrity in our classroom. So that is the role of teachers, to give them opportunity. Now, so we all know that to promote the academic integrity, we need to show our honesty. We need to teach the students how to behave in an honest way, in a fairness way, and in a respectful way. And we have to give them responsibility. So in the classroom, we can give some responsibilities to our students. So that is a type of prior habit for them. It will make a prior habit for them that to take the responsibility. After that, this will be the habit formation of the student, and they will do that type of responsibility, or they will take any type of responsibility in their life. Now, handling plagiarism. So we can see that many students are cheating in the classroom. They are copying something, or they are copying with their friends. So we can see how to handle the plagiarism. So we have to teach students about the consequences of plagiarism and the importance of originality. So how we will stop that type of things in our classroom? So at first we have to teach them the consequences, mean the result. If you do wrong thing, then what will be the result of it? And now, fair assessment. So ensure fairness and transparency in grading and classroom decision. So how can we do the fair assessment in the classroom? If we will not give them the lessons of honesty, if we will not give them the lessons of moral values, then it is impossible for the fair assessment. So plagiarism in the class clearly defines plagiarism teach proper citation. So we have to give the student the proper quotation, paraphrasing, we have to teach them the paraphrasing, and we have to design the assignment. And that type of assignment means the students should do that assignment through their critical thinking. If we will give them the assignment related to their critical thinking, it will not they get that type of assignment in the internet. Okay, so they can't copy the assignment. So they will have to think about that assignment and then they will do. And establishing clear consequences of plagiarism. In our class, we have to set the clear thing that if you will do wrong things in the classroom, you will get different types of punishment. Means we have to set the punishment also. Means which type of punishment? Means we can tell them that you are a student of means the person who is not able to do that thing, means you will feel feel different types of consequences in your life. You will do that type of thing. So that type of punishment, that type of sentences we have to show them. Now we have to teach the proper quotations in the classroom. We have to teach the
अरे चल रहा है 20 मिनट तो हुआ है
Low prior levels because of damage to the brand. As a result, you'll have to lay off some employees, and investors will suffer minor losses. But more customers could die if the killer poisoned packages elsewhere. The second option is expensive in the short term and will require greater employee layoffs and additional financial loss to investors. But this option is safer for customers in the city. Requires significant customer. To make this biosynthetic, how would you feel explaining your decision? You could use the mentor test. If someone you admire were making an ad at the board, in response, Bergen to bottle Johnson & Johnson newspaper. Feel explaining for the great vision to your family. Third is the newspaper test. How would you feel reading about it on the front page of the local newspaper? And finally, you could use the mentor test. If someone you admire were making this decision, what would they do? Johnson & Johnson CEO James Burke faced a similar.
Now see, this is the actual event that was taken place, I think, in the year of 1982. His name is Johnson & Johnson. He is actually facing this type of situation. Someone he is dealing with his products, but someone intentionally injected some poison into his products, and definitely after this bad incident, his sales becomes down and down day by day. So what will he do? He has chosen the destroy of your products in not city wise. He chosen the destroy of his products in the worldwide, because he has to think his customers in the basis of worldwide. His company is an MNC company. That's why his customers are present in the every part of this world. So that's why he decided to destroy all his products in the worldwide only. Okay. So after the destruction of his products onto the basis of worldwide, he again regained the goodwill in front of his customers. Because the customers they think that Johnson & Johnson is completely thinking to the best for his customers. So the customers will again generating the sense of responsibility, the sense of confidence on Johnson & Johnson.
Another challenge in 1982 after a criminal added the poison cyanide to bottles of Tylenol in Chicago. 7 people died, and
That those unknown person has put poison cyanide, into his product, and because of that poison, some unknown customers or some unknown persons, they are suffering from bad health, and its consequence is gonna be their death.
sales dropped. Industry analysts said the company was done for. In response, Berg decided to pull Tylenol from all shelves worldwide, citing customer safety as the company's highest priority. Johnson & Johnson recalled and destroyed an estimated 32 million bottles of Tylenol, valued at $250 million in today's dollars. 1.5 million of the recalled bottles were tested, and 3 of them, all from the Chicago area, were found to contain cyanide. Berg's decision helped the company regain the trust of its customers, and product sales rebounded within a year, prompted by the
So lastly, he has chosen to destroy all his products, and for those destruction, he has to suffer from $200 million. That would be a huge amount for everyone. So the concept of those videos is that in every situation we have to face the ethical dilemmas. If you want to take ourselves from those dilemmas, you have to make yourself very much capable to understand the root cause of your problem, to understand the concept, to understand to identify the best ideas. Then only ethical dilemmas will be easily tackled out. Now me and Mr. Karma sir will perform a role play to make you guys more energetic and to make you guys. Mr. Karma sir. So I'm gonna act myself as the boss of Mr. Viskarma sir, and he gonna act like a junior accountant in my organization. So let's enjoy. Very Nevin. Okay. Mr. Viskarma, we are definitely want a huge amount of loan from this bank, and that amount is 75 crore. That's why we have to present a false balance sheet, a false statements to that bank, so that that bank easily provide us that loan. So you have to prepare those statements according to them.
Mr. Pavani sir, I think that is not right. We don't have to show the false record. Okay, if we will show the false record, then what happened? If the bank will got us, okay, and but the other person will know about it, then what will happen? So that is not a ethical way to do that thing.
But listen, Mr. Viskarma, we have to expand our business, no? So that's why we need the fund. The further problem will definitely I will handle those problems. So you have to prepare yourself to make those falsifying statements because we have to expand our business.
Yes, sir, I know our company needs a lot of progress. But, sir, I think that is not the right way. My conscience is not allowing me to do that.
Oh, come on, Mr. Vishwakarma, sir. If once that fund will be allocated to us, I will provide you extra bonus.
I appreciate your offer, sir, but I think that is not a way of to show the integrity. And my integrity is not telling me to do that thing. Sorry, sir.
So then I have to identify some other person. And what will you gonna do? You gonna lose your job.
Okay, sir, no way. I think that is right for me. Okay, I will not compromise with my integrity.
Okay, then Mr. Vishwakarma, you are fired. Get out from here. So, through this small role play, we are showing our moral principles, we are showing our ethical principles. I am trying to make my accountant convinced that we are in need of 75 crore rupees to expand our business. But my accountant, as Mr. Vishwakarma, he is continuously following his ethical principles. His inner conscience, his inner mind is not allowing her to make any falsifying statements, to make any counterfeit statements. Because he is completely aware about the facts that once the bank will recognize those falsifying statements, then what will gonna happen? Definitely our company's name will go to the defamation.
They can go to jail.
Yeah, it may cause to jail. But his boss is continuously trying to convince him that whatever gonna be the consequences, I will definitely handle this. Instead of that one, he is not satisfied with these words. So this is the example of ethical principles. He is in complete ethical dilemma whether he has to listen his inner conscience mind or whether he has to listen my orders. Because at the workplace, he has to follow the orders, he has to perform his work. But he has chosen a very great way by denying the orders. Because all persons are having some ethical principles in their life. So in this way, we guys have to tackle out our all dilemmas. Because definitely problems, dilemmas will be in our every stage of in our future. Now I will present you one more example. Yeah, ethics in daily life. See, Hari Om, there is a boy, Hari Om. He opened a grocery store in an upcoming middle class colony. This is a great example. Hari Om एक थे वो grocery store open किए middle class colony के लिए. Since this was the only store in a new colony, the business picked up. Hari Om, he is a business-minded person. He has chosen the middle class colony. He has chosen that environment, and according to that environment, he has chosen the best business. That's why at present his business was in its peak. Soon Hari realized he needed help. He employed a young boy, Ramu. Definitely, and if you want to expand your business, definitely you need some helping hands. That's why Hari employed Ramu to his shop as his helping hand. For 1 week, things went off well, but Hari noticed that Ramu was slackening and had started reporting late to work and took a long time to come back after home delivery. But Ramu, working as a staff, Ramu, he was thinking only about himself. He was not thinking about that business. That's why he is trying to spend or waste his time in other activities. Hari tried his best to talk Ramu into mending his ways, to value time and pay more attention to his work. So Hari tried his all best efforts to convince Ramu that you have to be more sincere in your work. Because you are my helping hand. If you want to waste your time in billing, then how gonna this grocery store will work? I am not much capable to handle this grocery store alone. You are my helping hand, so you have to be more sincere. But Ramu, what is he doing is, Ramu was often found sitting at the tea shop, drinking tea and billing away, talking or playing pittu. After 6 months of trying to reform Ramu without success, Hari got fed up and sacked him and employed another helper. So Hari, he is making his all efforts to convince Ramu to show your efforts towards this grocery store. But Ramu, what is doing? He was sitting in the tea shop, drinking tea, wheeling away, जब सब लगाते रहते थे, मस्त जीवन जीता था वो. But Hari को समझाया कि this will not going to work. So at last, Hari, he got fed up and sacked him and employed another helper. So is this case familiar to you? Have you come across such people in your life who are not sincere to their work? Definitely yes. So I would like to present my experience. So it is the year of 2018 when I am doing some renovation work at my home. So the laborers, they are trying to spend their time by wheeling away, by talking to each other without focusing their work. Then my father talked to them and tried to make them convinced that you guys have to show your work. And definitely you want to take the break, tea break, lunch break. But if you are taking the tea break for more than 30 minutes, if you are taking your lunch break for more than 1 hour, how that going to be work? Then definitely my work will take more time. And we are not in a present situation to waste our time, to waste our resources. So definitely, I think everyone has facing these type of situations. So why is sincerity to work is important? Why is sincerity to work is important? It is very much important in our work to show out the sincerity. Because if you are sincere, then it will show your discipline. If you are sincere, then it will definitely pick you to the success point with proper following the sequence without any shortcuts. Why is the employer unhappy with his workers to the extent that it costs them to their job? So in this example, why Ramu is not happy to Hari and why Hari is not happy to Ramu? Because in the mind of owners, here Hari is the owner. In the mind of owner, one thought is playing again and again. The thought is like, all the workers, they are very lazy. They are trying to show, they are not trying to show their efforts. They are just wasting their time. And they are not putting out their 100% efforts for the organization's goal. This is the thought which is playing in the mind of owner. And what the thought is playing in the mind of workers? Workers always think like that the management, the top level officers, they are always trying to push us to work hard only by paying the less. And even they ask us to show their efforts and to work some extra work, means overtime duty. So these are the thoughts which are ringing in the minds of owner and in the minds of worker. If we show our sincerity towards the worker, and then only workers will show the sincerity and dignity towards the owner. Then only possible to achieve the goal efficiently in effective way. Now see, after understanding those activities, there are some questions. Mention 5 personal qualities that contribute to good work ethics. We have to mention any 5 personal qualities that will help to contribute in good work ethics. So what are the qualities we gonna need? Definitely we have to follow the discipline, we have to follow the punctuality, we have to show the integrity, we have to show the ethics, we have to show the honesty, values, all the positive attitudes. Here, select the most appropriate answer from the choices given in order to complete the sentences. Work ethic means, what is the meaning of work ethics? Work ethic means morality, because ethics is directly connected to the morals. Second, work ethic means set of rules and standards. Obviously, there are some rules and standards we need to follow in our life. Three components of work situation are, as I discussed before, that whenever we are going to face the ethical dilemma, we have to think from 3 point of views. First, the point of views of investor, from the point of view of employees, and from the point of view of your customer. So, the 3 components of work situation going to be worker, definitely worker, then workplace, and the third going to be work. This is going to be the answer of this blank. Yeah, this is very much interesting exercise we have to perform here. Separate the following as general ethics or work ethics. General ethics means that we need to improve our life, and work ethic means we have to show the sincerity towards our work. Okay, so first one is regularity. It will fall under the category of general or work ethics. General regularity किसके अंदर में आएगी? Work ethics. Second, sincerity. Both sincerity, both punctuality, both loyalty, both confidentially, work, both self-respect. This is the general ethic. Respect for the environment, general ethic. Truthfulness, both. See, this is a picture. There is a man. This is his boat, and he was suffering in a shallows or you can see waves. वो अपने नाव को पार लगाने के लिए बेचारा जूझ रहा है. So this picture is showing that this man is in ethical dilemma, and he has to face the winds of impediments, the winds of obstacles. वो ethical dilemma में फंसा हुआ है, वो कैसे खुद को बाहर निकाले? क्या क्या ethical dilemma में वो फंसा हुआ है? Disloyalty, irregularity and lack of punctuality, lack of hard work, disrespect for tasks on hand, inadequate knowledge and skill for rules and regulations, disagreement. These are the impediments he is facing. These are the ethical dilemmas he is facing. But after this lots of wind, he is continuously paddle up his paddles. Continuously वो चलाया जा रहा है, because he has to make himself remove out from these ethical dilemmas. So definitely this picture is best. This picture is showing us that it doesn't matter whatever the impediments come to in our life, we have to face them in a very energetic, confident way. So how we gain those energies, from how we can gain those confidence level? For that you have to develop your own moral values, your own ethical principles. That will definitely lead you towards the success.
पर सर,
Yes.
रियल लाइफ में ऐसा होता है?
Definitely.
नहीं होता है सर, बहुत मुश्किल से।
हाँ, मुश्किल है।
100 में 5 को होता है।
हाँ, 100 में 5 में आप भी 100 में 6 कर दीजिए आपको
अभी ऐसा सिचुएशन चल रहा है कि एथिक या मोरालिटी जो है वो सुनने में अच्छा लगता है, लेकिन जब उसको रियल लाइफ
सुनने में अच्छा लगता है, उसको करने में अच्छा लगता है।
रियल लाइफ में जो अप्लाई करता है वो मैंने बहुत ही कम जन होते जो तैर पाते हैं, जो डूब ही जाते हैं।
समय लगता है, लेकिन आप 100% सक्सेस की तरफ ही जाइएगा, कर लीजिएगा। तो 6 में 5 या 100 में 5 है, तो 100 में 6 ही कर दीजिए, कुछ ऐसा बना के। Now see, irregularity and lack of punctuality are problems which you encounter frequently in any work situation. Look around yourself and you may come across people who get up late in the morning and are unable to send their children to school on time. They may also not be able to provide their family members with proper meals and have disorganized homes due to irregular behavior. So others like to come in late and leave early as a matter of habit or right. Some workers are never found at their seat during working hours. You may have witnessed the inconvenience caused to the public wanting to pay bills when encounter clerks are either late or not. Definitely, when I used to visit banks, when I used to visit some government offices, so in those counters, the clerks, they are showing the lazy attitude कि हाँ कल आइए ना, कर देंगे, परसों आइए ना, आपका काम हो जाएगा। So this is the one of the impediment of those people's ethical behavior. Rude and impolite behavior. Sometimes certain family members are in habit of being rude and aggressive. Not only does this destroy the peaceful atmosphere at home, but also creates a bad name for the family. So it means that we have to handle our students, we have to handle our family, we have to handle our work environment in a gentle way, in a polite way. Otherwise, this will create the ambience of negativity. This will create the ambience of aggressiveness. Inadequate knowledge and skill. This is also one of the impediments of ethics. Many people project that they have special skills and knowledge to impress others and enhance their job prospectus. Suppose you have access to computer but do not know how to operate it. Yet you insist on operating it. Who would be responsible if it gets spoiled? Many people claim to be qualified doctors but treat patients for illness about which they know nothing. As a result, they can endanger a patient's life. Often people claim to be electricians without any knowledge. So this situation I am facing, when I called an electrician in my home, at my home, he is working with the electronic gadgets and he is trying to show that he is very much efficient in his work. But after 5 minutes, my home equipments, they are destroyed because of his work. So that is the example of inadequacy, knowledge and skill. Yeah, this is very much important. Wastage of resources. You have already learned in our Yeah, see, some people take large servings on their plates and leave uneaten food when they are not able to eat it. Making unplanned and frequent trips to the market without preparing a shop list leads to a wastage of your time and energy and fuel if you board by a vehicle. Resources, saving of resources, optimum utilization of resources. This is very much important. So this is one of the examples that some people are serving on their plates, but they are not capable to finish their plates. So the remaining foods, they are going to be totally waste. So it means that we are wasting food, we are wasting resources. Disrespect for the job. Oh, I am only housewife. I don't work. I am just a simple clerk. I am only a housewife. This is the disrespect of their job. They are housewives. They are performing their job 24/7. So we have to show the dignity we have to show the respect, dignity towards the work as well. See another one, I am just a simple clerk. Yeah, if you are a simple clerk, then only you are showing your efforts, you are putting your efforts for the growth of the organization. No. So it doesn't matter what the job you are performing. In our society, it is a common practice to consider some jobs respectable and other less respectable. ऐसा हमारी सोसाइटी में होता है. But he is a general manager, अलग ही रुतबा है, and he is a normal clerk. तो ऐसा होता है सोसाइटी में, तो नहीं करना चाहिए. Some jobs high and other low. As a result, many people, despite enjoying their work, do not want to tell others about it for the fear of being looked down upon. This I am finding in our students as well. Suppose I were asked any of my students that about their parents, about the profession of his or her parents. Then they are replying like, sir, पापा क्या करते हैं नहीं पता है हमको. ऐसा पॉसिबल ही नहीं है, बच्चों को पता नहीं लगेगा पापा क्या करते हैं. तो उनको समझाता हूँ कि whatever they are job performing, they are performing for you. They are performing for you. That's why you are here. They are providing you the better education. So why are you feel uncomfortable to discuss about your parents' profession? Do not act in that way. तब वो बताते हैं सर पापा वहाँ पे मजदूरी करते हैं तो दिन का ये मिलता है. तो ऐसे डिसरेस्पेक्ट नहीं होना चाहिए. सारे जॉब इक्वल ही होते हैं. बच्चे को समझाना होगा सर, सारे जॉब इक्वल है.
सर समझाना पड़ेगा, लेकिन बच्चे नहीं बोल पाते हैं क्योंकि बच्चे को सेम फुल होता है कि मेरे पापा ये जॉब करते हैं तो अगले के पापा कोई प्रोफेसर है, तो इस जगह में बहुत ज्यादा सेम फुल. मैटर ठीक है सर, जो उसके एजुकेशन दे रहा बेटर है, लेकिन इसमें थोड़ा सेम फुल होता है इस तरह.
So suppose a kid is very much healthy in terms of financial, and there is another kid he is not very much active in the financial condition, but they are getting the same environment. No, they are sharing the same flow. So what's the difference? This is what we have to counsel. We have to make a proper counseling sessions regarding.
No, this is conversation other between the parents and the children. वो बच्चे लास्ट में पेरेंट के साथ में कन्वर्सेशन करते हैं घर में, और इस तरह का प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं सर.
That's why we are arranging the PDM sessions. We have to try to convince our parents as well.
another thing.
We have to convince the parents as well.
इसलिए हमको बस समझाना चाहिए पेरेंट्स को.
प्रमाणित सर, ये बहुत अच्छा अपॉर्चुनिटी है लड़का को पढ़ाने का. इसलिए कि आज अगर लड़का अपने पेरेंट्स के जॉब को लेकर सेम फील कर रहे हैं, तो हो सकता है अगर लड़का आज नहीं पढ़ेगा उसके भी तो बच्चे चिल्ड्रन ऐसे सेम फील करें. ये आपके पास मौका है सर बच्चा को अच्छे से समझा के पढ़ाने का.
वही मैं समझाता हूँ कि भाई आप फिनेंशियली वीक हो या स्ट्रॉन्ग हो, लेकिन फ्लोर में तरीके से रहते हैं.
One more question.
वो थिंकिंग हटाना है बच्चों के माइंड से. Now, a housewife's contribution to a successful running of a home is not given due respect by her family and society in general. See, another example is over here. A man selling drinking water on the roadside should feel proud of doing it. So, similarly, the passers-by must not feel that supplying drinking water on the roadside is a job to be looked down upon. As a student of home science, you should respect your course as it is multidisciplinary, practical and career-oriented as well. You must realize the values of studying home science in the first lesson of your course. So there is a man who is selling the drinking water beside the roadside. So his customers looking at him in a down fame. अरे क्या पानी बेचता है, दिन का कितना कमाता होगा. But he is selling drinking water. This is one of the great job he is performing. Obviously, his earning is little, but definitely he is performing a great job. So that's why we have to respect for all the
सर
yes,
कोई भी काम छोटा नहीं होता.
yes sir. Yes.
मैं मंडल सर से सहमत हूँ. काम काम है, कोई भी काम छोटा नहीं होता. बच्चा यदि समझ जाए कि मेरे मम्मी पापा इतने मेहनत से इतने घर बड़े स्कूल में एडमिशन कराए हैं, तो यदि वो समझ जाएगा तो वो अच्छे से पढ़ेगा. यदि वो नहीं समझ पाएगा, पेरेंट्स तो जानते हैं कि शायद उनके पेरेंट्स इतने नहीं होंगे रिच कि उनको अच्छे स्कूल में पढ़ा पाए, लेकिन उन्होंने जो खुद फेस किया वो नहीं चाहेंगे कि मेरे बच्चे भी उस चीज को फेस करें. तो वो जैसे हमारे मानवाधिकार के अंतर्गत संपत्ति का अधिकार को हटा दिया गया था. वहाँ पे समानता, आपने जैसे अभी कहा कि सभी इक्वल है, इक्वल नहीं है सर. यदि इक्वल रहता तो वहाँ पे विद्या अधिकार को नहीं हटाया जाता. उसको हटाया गया क्योंकि एक ठेला चलाने वाले का पेमेंट और एक हम चीफ मिनिस्टर का ही रख लें तो क्या सेम है? अगर ऐसा रहेगा तो डेली कुछ ना कुछ दंगा होगा ही. तो वो चाहेंगे कि 6 घंटा में जो हम काम कर रहे हैं 8 घंटा, मतलब सुबह 8 से 8 12 घंटा, तो हम इतना कम कमा पा रहे हैं. हम ये चीज कभी नहीं चाहेंगे कि मेरा बच्चा 12 घंटा कमा के इतना कम कमाए. वो चाहेंगे कि बस बहुत ही आराम का काम से ही वो ज्यादा कमा पाए. वो इसलिए वो बेस्ट स्कूल में अपने बच्चे को देते हैं ताकि वो उससे अच्छे और आगे रहे. तो मंडल सर बिल्कुल सही बोले हैं कि कोई भी काम छोटा नहीं होता, काम काम होता है. बस अपना नजरिया सही रखना चाहिए.
See, if we observe the work according to their timetable, if we gonna observe the work according to their returns, then definitely we will discriminate the job. अगर हम लोग काम करेंगे टाइम को देख के, अगर हम लोग काम करेंगे उसका रिटर्न्स को देख के, तो आपको भेदभाव का फीलिंग आएगा. But if we perform our job to gain the experience, suppose I am selling drinking water, definitely I am gaining the experience how to tackle out with the customers. And suppose another person, he is selling a burger, he is also getting the experience how to tackle out the customers. So in the sense of experience, all jobs are equal because all jobs are giving you experiences. Now see, again take mark these statements which are ethically not correct, जो ethically नहीं होते जीवन में, उनको टिक आउट करेंगे. Making STD calls to relatives from your office, this is under the category of ethical or not? Obviously no. Bank clerk opening the counter on time, definitely this is the ethical activity. Bank clerk shunting you from counter to counter, this is the main problem. आप बैंक में जाओगे, उनके पास जाइए, नहीं उनके पास जाइए, कल आइए. So this is not under the category of ethical. Going to a party in the office vehicle without making an entry in the logbook, this is also unethical. Closing the tap while brushing your teeth, ethical activity. Employees working as a team, very much needed, very ethical. Out to turn promotions means suppose 3 persons are there, A, B, C. A is the senior most, then B, then C. C is the inferior one. But after making settlements with the management, C is making himself promoted. After making the settlements with the management, C is the junior most person, he is making himself promoted, but not in a sequence wise. This is known as out of turn promotions. This is not ethical because it will damage, it will harm the confidence level of A. Because A, basically or ethically, it was the time of A who will get the promotion, but C will destroy all the confidence and images of A. So this is also unethical. Bribing an officer to get work done, घूस लेना, ये भी unethical है. Jumping the queue, this is also unethical. So if you want to be ethical, you need to follow these general principles, moral principles in our life, like be regular and punctual at your work and home, do the tasks assigned to you, Be polite, patient, courteous, and respectful to all. Acquire the knowledge and skills necessary to do the task assigned to you. This is very much important. If you want to be ethical, you have to grab the knowledge. You have to identify the best process to reach your destination. You have to identify the best skill. You have to be skilled. Otherwise, definitely that will create lots of problems. So these instructions you will need to follow in your life. Okay, so this is the summary of my training session. Ethics deals with moral issues like what is wrong and what is wrong behavior, ethical problems, disrespect, rude, impolite, inadequate knowledge, disregard of rules, disloyalty, wastage of resources, irregularity. How we going to solve this? By following the code of work ethics. But by keeping the time in our mind, I would like to invite our most intelligent and honorable Mr. Dinesh Viskarma sir on the dais for the presentation tour.
Thank you, Parmani sir. Now, so you all have learned about the ethics. Now our topic is ethics and integrity. Now I am going to explain so integrity. At first we have to know what is ethics. So you all have known about the ethics. So can anyone tell me about the ethics? What is ethics? Anyone? मंडल सर से
एथिक्स मतलब कोई चीज को करने का नीति। जैसे हम लोग पढ़ाते हैं तो पढ़ाने के बहुत सारे स्ट्रेटेजी होता है तो उसको एथिक्स में हम लोग रखेंगे।
ओके
इसका मतलब नैतिकता होता है। जब भी हम समाज में या कहीं भी रहे हमें नैतिक मूल्यों का पालन करना पड़ता है। बिना नैतिक मूल्यों का पालन किए हम अपने जीवन में दक्षता को प्राप्त नहीं कर सकते, इसलिए बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है।
ओके थैंक यू। Now, so integrity. So at first we all have to know what is integrity. So integrity, you can see here, doing what is right, even if it is difficult and no one knows. Means what we are doing when no one is watching us. Okay, suppose you got a purse full of money, है ना? On the road, then what will you do? So can anyone explain? Suppose if you got money full of at least 1,000 or 2,000 rupees in a purse, then what will you do of that money? Pawan sir? Okay, now Pawan sir?
यदि वो पर्स मिला है हमें तो पर्स में देखेंगे भाई कि उसमें आधार कार्ड किसका नाम से है, उस व्यक्ति को पता करेंगे, खोजेंगे। अगर वो व्यक्ति हमारे संपर्क में है तो उसको देने के लिए कोशिश करेंगे।
So correct, so that is the integrity. Okay, so now I want to explain something. Sir, please give the whiteboard, sir. So at first, today we will learn about the integrity. So integrity is a very good word. Usually we see this word in newspaper. Then what is integrity? So that is important to know about. So if we understand integrity in an easy language, we can say it honesty. Okay, but in the English vocabulary, there is the word for the honesty we can say imandari. Okay, so why we use the word integrity? है ना. Integrity also means ईमानदारी, but honesty also means ईमानदारी. But why you are using integrity? So let's know about it. The whiteboard. Now, honesty. Okay. So what is honesty? Means what we do or what we tell in a right way, or what we do. So we have to tell truth. We have to do the right things. Okay, that is the honesty. But the integrity. Integrity is just above the honesty. Okay, one level up. So the integrity is one level up for honesty. After that, we can see that honesty, we have to show honesty in our life in a two way. Okay, in the number one, in our personal life. In our personal life, and we have also show honesty in our professional life. So we can see that many persons are honest in homes. Okay, they are doing right things in their homes. They are taking the right decisions in their homes. Okay, but we can see that few persons are doing something wrong in their professional life. They are trying to do something wrong in their professional life for their improvement or to achieve another things or extra. Okay, so we can't say this thing integrity. If the person is honest in their professional life, or if the person is honest in their personal life, okay, then we can say that is integrity. If only the person is honest in their professional life and not in personal life, that is not integrity. We have to show the honesty in our personal life and professional life also. That's why we can say that the man of integrity. Understood? Yes. And now, after that, one level below of honesty, that is the average person. So we can see that the honesty is just below the integrity. After that, we can see the average person. Okay, the average person means they are doing honesty in their personal life. They are not doing in their professional life. And now, after that, the dishonest person. Means we can't say anything about the dishonest person. They can cheat you. Okay, and after the dishonesty, we can say corruption. Okay, so you can think that why integrity is important in our life. So we can know about the integrity and its key feature. So integrity is just about the honesty, and the man of integrity, we can't doubt a single pie for him. Okay. Now, why integrity is important? If we say, now, how can we stop the plagiarism in the classroom? So we should teach the proper quotation, citation in the classroom, and emphasize the paraphrasing and summarization. If the student will not understand the moral of the chapter, means that is related to Hindi and English, then it is very difficult to know about the honesty and to know about the ethical principles. So encourage originality in the classroom. So we should design the type of assignment that requires the student to think critically and present their own ideas, making it difficult to simply copy from online sources. If you will give the assignment that requires to think critically and they have to show their own idea in that assignment, so it will make very difficult to them to copy them from the internet and from the any online sources. And now, to promote academic integrity. So we should foster a culture of academic integrity in our classroom. How can we promote academic integrity? So we encourage a culture of academic integrity by emphasizing the importance of honesty and ethical behavior in all academic work. If you will not tell about the importance of honesty, if you will not tell about the ethical behavior, then it is impossible to promote academic integrity in our classroom. So use plagiarism detection tools. So we can use different types of tools also. So that is the AI tools. Now design assignments to minimize plagiarism. So we should create a unique assignment, and we should require to give the rough draft to the student. If they will write in a rough way, then the next day they will bring the assignment in the class and they will show you. And then you can think about that he has written right or wrong. Then you can say him or them about the right thing. After that, they will definitely do the correct thing which you want. And we should also encourage collaboration. So facilitate group work. We should facilitate the student to do things in a group. And peer learning. So peer reviews activities to encourage the students to learn from each other. So what is the meaning of peer learning? To learn the student from each other. And so that they can develop their own understanding of the material. So without peer learning or without giving the required rough draft, so that is impossible for the student to think critically. We have to do something to make them to think critically. So we should establish clear consequences also. If someone is not doing or someone is not going in a correct way, we should do or we should set the clear consequences for them. We should outline our policy, clearly state our policy on plagiarism in our syllabus, including the consequences for academic dishonesty. If they will do dishonesty, we can set the consequences of this type of dishonesty. So communicate with the student, that is very important. If you will not communicate with the student, that is very different for us. So it is suspect plagiarism, approach the student with an inquisitive and non-confrontational stance to understand their perspective and determine if there was a misunderstanding. So we have to communicate with the student to know about their ideas, what they want to share. If we will not communicate, they can't say you anything. And something the additional tip we can say, get to know your student. Without communicating, it is impossible to know your student. So we should build a positive and trusting relationship with them. That can help them feel more comfortable. If we will make positive and trusting relationship with our student, it will help them to say their internal feelings or thoughts to the teacher. Now stay informed. So keep up to date with the latest development in plagiarism detection and prevention techniques. How to prevent the plagiarism in our classroom. So we should be updated. And seek support if you are struggling to address plagiarism in your class. Then you can seek support from your school academic integrity office or other resources. Now the peer assessment. Ensure fairness and transparency in your grading and classroom decisions. To ensure fair classroom assessment, align assessment with learning objectives. We should tell them what will be the objective of this assessment or this assignment. So use diverse assessment method. We have to use the different types of assessment method, provide clear expectations and feedback to them, and ensure accessibility and inclusivity for all students. So we should be clear in our assessment, ensure assessment accurately. Measures what students are expected to know and be able to do as outlined in your learning objective. And it is most important, students' understanding. Communicate these objectives and assessment methods clearly to students before or during and after the assessment. Now sir, next slide. So integrity in our personal life. How can we inculcate integrity in our personal life? So integrity in personal life means consistently acting in accordance with your values and principles. If you have moral principles, if you have values, then you have to show it consistently. If you can't show it consistently, that it means it is impossible to be a man of integrity. So even when faced with challenges or temptation, you have to show your integrity in your life. And so that you have to show your honesty, reliability and accountability. Now sir, there is a video. Can you play it?
Deeran's mom was admitted in the city center hospital. The doctor came for his routine morning rounds. He said, "Your mom is doing very well now and we shall discharge her tomorrow. In the meanwhile, please buy these medicines for her." Deeran's dad had given her the money in the morning itself before setting out for work. So Deera rushed to the drugstore to buy the medicines. The pharmacist gave her the medicines and the balance change as well. She did not check the change and went straight to the hospital to give the medicines to the nurse. A little later, she checked the change and realized that the pharmacist had given her extra money by mistake. She decided to go and return it to the drugstore. As she reached the store, the person who had given her the medicine was searching the cash box for that extra note and was very disturbed. As soon as he saw Deera, he immediately asked her, "Did you get an extra note with the change?" Deera said, "Yes, uncle, here it is." The pharmacist's eyes were filled with tears. He said, I am a training here, and if there was a shortage of cash, I would have to pay it from my side. Thank you so much. Indeed, you saved me today. Meera said, You are most welcome, uncle. And she walked back. Meera thanked her family and teachers for inculcating a strong sense of integrity in her, and she promised to herself to be honest always.
So in this video you can see the example of integrity which is shown by a small girl. So how can you say that a small girl have the quality of integrity? So integrity is the higher most quality of all the qualities like moral principles and honesty. Okay, so how can we say that this type of integrity inculcated in that girl? Anyone can say?
Because of her parents and teachers.
Due to the help of their parents and teacher. So what we have to do? Just like that. We all are the parents of our children, we are the teachers of students. Then we have to teach them. If we will not teach them, then they will not learn. At first, we will have to inculcate integrity in our life. Means we have to show the honesty. We have to show trust and relationships. And we have to show and we have to gain the self-respect. If you don't have self-respect, then it is impossible to inculcate integrity in our life. So, integrity in personal life means consistently acting in according with your values and principles. If you have values, if you have principles, means you have to act consistently and regularly with your qualities. So even when faced with challenges or temptation, if you suppose you are facing a very difficult situation, but at that time you will have to show your integrity. Suppose you need a lot of money, but at that time you don't have money, and at that moment you got a purse of 10,000 rupees. Then, if you have the man of integrity, you will not use that money. Okay? And if you don't have integrity in your life, if you have only your moral principles, and then the integrity is the force to use these qualities in the right way. And now, so what is the definition of personal integrity? How can we define the personal integrity? The personal integrity is the quality of being honest and having a consistent acceptance of strong moral and ethical principles in all aspects of life, in all type of conditions in our life, even it is good condition or even it is bad condition. So, important. What is the importance of integrity? To build our trust to others, to build the relationships, strong relationships with our colleagues, with our family members. If you don't have integrity, you can't build your trust to others. If you don't have integrity, you can't build a strong relationship even with your family members. And the self-respect, that is the most important thing. So living with integrity encourage self-respect and sense of inner peace. If you have integrity, means you will get a good sleep at night. If you don't have integrity, if you will think, what will be the consequence of that type of things which I did today. So that will not allow him or you to sleep at night. So the positive influence, if you have integrity, your mind will be positive. You will think in a positive way. You will not give decisions, any type of decision which is wrong. So people with integrity often serve a role model and inspire others to act ethically, just like Mahatma Gandhi, and just like APJ Abdul Kalam, they all have a strong moral value, and the most important thing is they have their integrity. At any situation, they don't break their rules, they don't break their ethical values, moral values, so that they became famous. And we are talking about them now. So ethical decision making. In the previous session, what you have learned? The ethics. So ethical decision making. If you don't have integrity, you can't make correct ethical decisions. So integrity helps the person to make sound ethical decisions even when faced with difficult situations. So what is the characteristics of a person, or you can say what is the characteristics of a student with integrity? What will be the characteristics? And Suman sir, can you say what is the characteristics of a student if they have integrity? The student with integrity, what will be the quality?
First, as you started that integrity is the highest term of honesty and all these things below them. Therefore, for a student, there must be the honesty, average work, and all these things.
Very good.
There is also there must be discipline, punctuality, all these things integrate to their not if all these things integrate and there this integrity comes with fairness performance also.
Very nice, sir. So the characteristics should be honesty, responsibility, accountability. Accountability means be answerable in any situation. Means being willing to admit mistakes and learn from them. If you have done any mistake, you can learn from it. Don't blame to others that I have done this mistake by your decision. Okay. So respect. Respect is the most important thing. If you don't have to show your respect, so it is impossible to be the man of integrity. So, showing respect for oneself and others, regardless of their background or status, whatever their status should be, whatever their background, but what we have to do, we should respect them. If you will respect them, then you will also get a grand respect from other side. So, how can you show the integrity in daily life? So following ethical principles in personal relationships and taking responsibilities from our mistakes. So being honest in all interactions. We should be honest in all the conditions and standing up for what is right. That is the important thing. You don't have to stay or you don't have to stand with the wrong things. So, keeping promises and commitment. If you promise someone, then you have to keep your promise. If you have done any commitment, then you have to show your commitment, or you have to keep your commitment. The building trust. How can we build trust to our relation? How can we build? Can anyone tell us that how can we build trust in anyone? So when you consistently follow through on your commitment, if you do your commitment, if you will keep your commitment, you can build your trust to others. So, which is crucial in both personal and professional life, to keep your commitments or to keep your promises. Promoting accountability. Honoring commitment demonstrate accountability as you take responsibility for your actions and decisions. And now, personal growth. Following through on commitment can lead to personal growth. If you have a good commitment, then you can grow, as it requires discipline, time management, and problem solving skills. Now the ethical conduct. Integrity is all about acting with honesty and ethical principles. So what is integrity? So integrity is about acting with honesty and ethical principle. And honoring commitment is the key aspect of ethical behavior. And now we all have to show our self-respect, honoring your own words, and reinforces your sense of integrity and self-respect. So respecting others. Respecting others with integrity means valuing honesty, moral principles, and treating everyone with fairness and dignity, while being true to your own values and acting consistently. So how can we respect others? To show our honesty, to tell them the right thing, to show our moral principles, and treating everyone with the fairness, then automatically the respect will come for the other side. So here is the moral detailed explanation of core values. What is the core values? So integrity involves being honest, trustworthy, and acting in accordance with your values. Now, ethical conduct. So integrity is often seen as a base of character, shaping how individuals contribute to their relationships and communities and professions. So integrity is the base of our ethical behavior. If we will not inculcate integrity in our life, so it is very impossible to show our ethical behaviors in a right way. Now self-respect. So self-respect and integrity are intertwined. So how can we intertwine the self-respect and integrity? It is the recognition of our own worth and the understanding that no one else's opinion should define who are you. So that is the self-respect. That no one's opinion should define you, that who are you. So that is the self-respect. So why integrity is important in our professional life? So integrity is the very important key feature of our professional life. It is crucial for building trust with our colleagues, with our other co-workers, and fostering positive relationship with colleagues and leaders, enhancing overall productivity and positive work environment. It leads to more successful and ethical organization. So if we will have the integrity, and so that it will help to build trust or encourage positive environment in the workplace, and it will also help us to lead our organization in a successful manner and at the top. And the workplace ethics. So workplace ethics, also known as professional or business ethics. So what is the workplace ethics? It is also known as professional or business ethics. So that are the moral principles and values that guide one's behavior in the workplace. So to follow these ethics in right way, integrity helps a person to think in a right way. So now the key features of workplace ethics. So honesty and integrity, we have to show the honesty and integrity in our workplace, accountability and respect to others, and our discipline. Discipline is the most important key feature to show the integrity in our workplace. And the most important, confidentiality. So if we are not confidential, so protecting sensitivity or sensitive information and maintaining privacy. In any workplace, we have some confidential documents, we have some confidential things that we should keep it confidential. Otherwise, it is impossible to show your integrity. So, protecting sensitivity or sensitive information, and we should maintain our privacy. And after that, we can build trust with our leaders so that we can show our integrity in a very well manner if we will inculcate this type of values, core values, moral principle in our life. So now the session will be continued by Ms. Reena Singh.
First of all, I would like to thank our honorable principal ma'am for giving me the opportunity to continue the training. Now the next slide and the training is going on integrity. Okay? तो जैसा कि ऑलरेडी विश्वकर्मा सर समझा चुके हैं कि इंटीग्रिटी होता क्या है, यानी कि बी ऑनेस्ट। और कब बी ऑनेस्ट? जब आपको कोई देख रहा हो या ना देख रहा हो, उससे आपको फर्क नहीं पड़ना चाहिए। आपके अंदर होना चाहिए कि मैं ऑनेस्ट हूँ और मैं जो भी कमिटमेंट करूँगा वो अपनी ऑनेस्टी में ही करूँगा। हमारा जो नेक्स्ट स्लाइड आने वाला है वो है हमारा पीयर प्रेशर। जैसे बच्चों के ऊपर पीयर प्रेशर रहता है, ग्रुप्स का प्रेशर होता है, ठीक है। जैसे कि उनको अगर मान लो सपोज एक स्टूडेंट है जो कि कोई चीटिंग नहीं करना चाहता है या वो स्कूल बंक नहीं करना चाहता है, पर दोस्तों ने कहा चलो यार छुट्टी मारते हैं, आज बंक करते हैं। या फिर अगर सीनियर्स में लोग जो ड्रग एडिक्ट हो जाते हैं, कुछ सीनियर स्टूडेंट्स हो जाते हैं, तो वो भी छुट्टी अपने मम्मी पापा से अदरवाइज टीचर से क्या करते हैं, वो ऐसा हरकत करते हैं। बट फिर भी अगर मान लो वो स्टूडेंट ऑनेस्ट बनना चाहता है बट पीयर प्रेशर में वो ऑनेस्ट नहीं बन पाता है ना। ये कितनी बार देखा गया है कि आपको घूमने का मन नहीं है या कहीं जाने का मन नहीं है, बट आप अपने फ्रेंड्स के प्रेशर में क्या करते हैं, हाँ बोल देते हैं। तो ये होता है आपका पीयर प्रेशर, जो कि हम क्लासेस में बहुत बार देखते हैं बदमाशी के टाइम। खास करके जब बच्चे बदमाशी करना नहीं चाहते बट उनके फ्रेंड्स के फोर्स में वो कर देते हैं। चीटिंग एग्जाम बहुत ही सिंपल का एग्जाम्पल है कि बच्चे जो है वो क्या करते हैं, वो पीयर प्रेशर में आके छुटका बढ़ा देते हैं आगे, है ना, चीटिंग आते हैं। और चीटिंग को क्या करते हैं, वो नहीं भी चाहते उनके दोस्त उनके हाथ में रखते तो वो चीट करने के लिए उनके प्रेशर्स में वो कर लेते हैं। देन द थर्ड वन इज लैक ऑफ कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस, यानी कि नतीजा, जो नतीजा निकलता है, जो आपका रिजल्ट आता है इस डिसऑनेस्टी का और एक चैलेंजेस का, इंटीग्रिटी का, ये कि एक स्टूडेंट है जो चीट, है ना, चीट कर लेता है, ठीक है। और अगर टीचर ने उसको नहीं देखा तो वो क्या करता है, नेक्स्ट टाइम फिर से चीट करना चाहता है क्योंकि किसी ने उसको टोका नहीं। ये होता है आपका कॉन्सिक्वेंसी। और इसमें एक और एग्जाम्पल देते हैं, सपोज मान लीजिए कि कोई एक रूल ब्रेक करता है और अगर उसके लिए गवर्नमेंट उसको पेनल्टी नहीं देती है। सपोज मैं डेली स्कूटी से ट्रैवल करके आती हूँ स्कूल और मैं हेलमेट यूज करती हूँ, और सपोज अगर कोई नहीं करके आता है और अगर उसको कोई पेनल्टी नहीं भरना पड़ रहा है, जैसे कि हम देखते हैं कि हमारे सेंद्री टू डिगवाड़ी के रूट में कोई ट्रैफिक पुलिस नहीं है और ना ही कोई ट्रैफिक ऐसा रूल्स बना हुआ है, तो लोग ज्यादातर हेलमेट यूज नहीं करते। तो ये होता है लैक ऑफ कॉन्सिक्वेंसी। देन नेक्स्ट टॉपिक है नेक्स्ट स्लाइड, ओवरकमिंग चैलेंजेस है, इंकरेज ओपन कम्युनिकेशन। सबसे पहले क्लास में जो आपको क्या करना है, क्लास में आपको बच्चों के सामने ओपन सोशल कम्युनिकेशन करना है, उनसे बात करनी है और साथ ही साथ आपको उनके ये सारे कंसर्न, है ना, सोशल सेफ स्पेस वेयर स्टूडेंट्स कैन डिस्कस कंसर्न एंड चैलेंजेस। जैसे कि बच्चों के सामने आपको ऐसा फील महसूस कराना है क्लास में कि आप उनकी सुन रहे हैं और साथ ही साथ आप उनके सामने वो सारी चीज डिस्कस करेंगे कि बच्चों को कैसे ऑनेस्ट बनना है, ऑनेस्ट रहना है, और अगर वो इंटीग्रिटी के साथ रहेंगे तो उन्हें लाइफ में बहुत चैलेंजेस फेस करने पड़ेंगे। जैसे कि सपोज अगर आप ऑब्वियसली आप अगर सच बोलते हैं तो उसके लिए कभी कितनी बार होता है कि आपको पेनल्टी भरना पड़ता है। कम्युनिकेशन जो होता है वो क्या होता है कि आपको कम्युनिकेशन के थ्रू बच्चों को वो सारी चीज़ें कम्युनिकेट करनी है और एक फेयर क्लास इन्वायरमेंट क्रिएट करना है जिसमें बच्चे जो हैं वो जानेंगे कि इंटीग्रिटी का क्या मीनिंग होता है। और अगर हम अपनी ऑनेस्टी को बनाए रखते हैं तो हमें उसके लिए रिवॉर्ड भी मिलता है थ्रू द क्लास टीचर्स और थ्रू द एनवायरमेंट सोसाइटी एंड मतलब फादर मदर से भी मिलता है। देन हमारा नेक्स्ट है चैलेंज है क्रिएट द कल्चर ऑफ अकाउंटेबिलिटी। टीचर्स विल होल्ड स्टूडेंट्स अकाउंटेबल फॉर देयर एक्शन व्हाइल आल्सो गाइडिंग देम टू मेक एथिकल चॉइसेस। अब सपोज मान लो अकाउंटेबिलिटी का मतलब होता है जवाबदेही, है ना। आप जवाबदेह होते हैं अगर आपने कुछ गलती की है तो, या आपके उस व्यवहार के चलते। दैट इट्स अबाउट मेकिंग श्योर एवरीवन ऑन देयर रोल। सबकी जिम्मेदारी ये होती है कि वो अपने रोल को अच्छे से प्ले करें। इवन यू आर अ टीचर तो आपको भी अपनी इंटीग्रिटी फॉलो करनी है एंड सेम एट द सेम प्लेस बच्चों को भी अपनी इंटीग्रिटी फॉलो करनी चाहिए। एग्जाम्पल अगर मान लो एग्जाम्पल ले लेते हैं हम इलेक्शंस के टाइम में जब लीडर्स आते हैं हमारे पास तो क्या करते हैं वो अपने जब हमारे पास आते हैं तो वो वोट के लिए रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं। देन उसके बाद क्या होता है वो जो भी प्रॉमिसेस करते हैं क्या उनकी अकाउंटेबिलिटी नहीं होती है कि वो जवाबदेही नहीं होती है कि वो पानी का सप्लाई हो रहा है या बिजली का हो रहा है या नहीं, उसका जिम्मेदार कौन होगा? वो लीडर होगा। तो इसी तरह से फॉर एग्जाम्पल कोई भी बच्चा अगर गलती करता है तो उसको जवाबदेही होनी चाहिए कि हाँ मैंने ये फॉल्ट की है, उसको अपनी ऑनेस्टी के अंतर्गत ये मानना पड़ेगा। देन उसके बाद एग्जाम्पल अगर मैं लेती हूँ सपोज रिकग्नाइज इंटीग्रिटी अगर कहते हैं रिवॉर्ड एंड एक्नॉलेज एक्ट्स ऑफ इंटीग्रिटी बोथ इन स्टूडेंट्स एंड कलीग्स। सपोज मान लो कि अगर हम जैसे कि इंटीग्रिटी के लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं, बच्चों को क्या दे सकते हैं, रिवॉर्ड दे सकते हैं। अगर बात बच्चे जैसे कि आए दिन हमेशा अजय सर हमारे फैमिली में क्या बोलते हैं कि इस बच्चे मुझे पैसा दिया इस बच्चे ने, इसके लिए हम लोग क्या करते हैं, उसको अप्रिशिएट करते हैं, उसके लिए हम लोग क्लैप करते हैं कि अगर उसने 10 रुपीज से फाइन किया है तो लाके किसको दे रहा है, हमारे सर को दे रहा है। तो ये क्या है, उसके अंदर की इंटीग्रिटी है, ऑनेस्टी है। तो ये बच्चों को कौन फील कराएगा? एज अ टीचर आप सब कराएंगे, है ना। तो हमें अपने क्लासरूम से स्टार्ट करना होगा कि हम अपनी इंटीग्रिटी को कैसे बरकरार करें। एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं अगर महात्मा गांधी जी का, तो उनसे बड़ा एग्जाम्पल शायद कोई नहीं होगा हमारे लाइफ में कि उन्होंने इंटीग्रिटी के लिए क्या नहीं किया। वो अंग्रेजों के सामने झुके नहीं झुके, उन्होंने कितना मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा टफ था उनके लिए उस समय उस इंटीग्रिटी को फॉलो करना, बट फिर भी उन्होंने किया और उसके चलते कहीं ना कहीं उनका बहुत बड़ा सपोर्ट रहा हमारे इंडिया को इंडिपेंडेंट करने में। देन वो चाहते तो इंटीग्रिटी को रिफ्यूज भी कर सकते थे, अगर वो चाहते तो, कोई फोर्स तो नहीं था, बट उन्होंने चीट नहीं किया। उन्होंने कहा कोई कितना भी प्रेशर करे मैं वही करूंगा जो मेरे सिद्धांत और उनकी ऑनेस्टी कहते हैं। तो ये बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल है। आप अपने क्लास में बच्चों को क्या दे सकते हैं, एग्जाम्पल्स के थ्रू में रोल मॉडल है और एक अच्छे पर्सनैलिटी हैं तो वो हम उनको दे सकते हैं। एंड ही एडमिटेड मिस्टेक्स पब्लिकली एंड बिलीव इन सेल्फ इम्प्रूवमेंट। उन्होंने ये भी किया था, मुझे याद है मैंने पढ़ा था एक जगह कि उनकी राइटिंग बहुत गंदी थी, उनकी राइटिंग बहुत गंदी थी। उसके लिए उन्होंने टीचर के सामने बहुत बार डांट भी खाई और उन्होंने बड़े होने तक भी ये एक्सेप्ट किया सबके सामने कि हाँ मेरी राइटिंग खराब है और ये मेरा डिमेरिट है, वो इसको माने। तो बच्चों में यही होनी चाहिए कि जो गलती की है वो क्या करें, एक्सेप्ट करें, अपने आप को इम्प्रूव करें कि हाँ ये गलती मैंने की है और आइंदा से मैं इसको नहीं करूँगा। Then he never acted out of hearted ever, even toward the British, showing consistency in values. उन्होंने अंग्रेजों के सामने अपनी वैल्यूज को कभी कम नहीं होने दिया, है ना। क्योंकि अगर वो टूट जाते, वो वीक हो जाते तो उनके पीछे जितने भी सपोर्टर्स थे वो क्या हो जाते, वो भी उनके पीछे पीछे आ रहे थे ना बहुत सारे सपोर्टर्स, तो वो भी उनको बहुत ज़्यादा मतलब क्या होता है कि वो अपने आप को लूज फील करते हैं। देन नेक्स्ट स्लाइड सर। एग्जाम्पल्स ऑफ इंटीग्रिटी जैसा कि मैं पहले दे चुकी हूँ, महात्मा गांधी एंड नेल्सन मंडेला जी का है। एवरीडे सिचुएशंस शेयर रियल लाइफ सिनेरियोस वेयर इंटीग्रिटी प्लेज अ की रोल, नो चीटिंग ऑन अ टेक्स्ट, रिटर्निंग अ लॉस्ट वैलेट। तो यहाँ पे आप क्या कर सकते हैं, बच्चों को डे टू डे लाइफ का एग्जाम्पल दे सकते हो। जैसे कि अगर बच्चा टेस्ट में चीट कर रहा है तो वो क्या करेगा, अपने आप को चीट कर ना करे और ऑनेस्टी बरकरार रखे। और जैसा कि ऑलरेडी एग्जाम्पल मिल चुका है कि अगर आपको कोई लॉस्ट वैलेट मिलता है तो आप क्या करेंगे, इसको रख लेंगे या रिटर्न करेंगे, रख लेंगे, रिटर्न करेंगे ऑब्वियसली। तो ये है आपकी इंटीग्रिटी जो आपने अपने तरफ से बरकरार रखना है, ओके। और साथ ही साथ स्कूल बच्चों को ग्रुप प्रोजेक्ट दे सकते हैं इंटीग्रिटी के ऊपर, ताकि बच्चे टीम वर्क करें और उसमें उसको अपने आप को इम्प्रूव करें। अगर कोई वीक बच्चा है या फिर कोई ऐसा बच्चा है जो डिसऑनेस्ट है या फिर जो बदमाश है, वो उस ग्रुप में उसको मेंटेन करना सीखेगा। और आप तो है ही गाइडेंस करने के लिए एज अ टीचर, बिल्कुल। देन ऑर्गेनाइज इवेंट, कुछ आप इवेंट्स ऑर्गेनाइज कर सकते हैं बच्चों के लिए, जिसमें उनको बहुत ही ज़्यादा जैसे चैरिटी कर सकते हैं, बच्चों को दिखा सकते हैं। इस तरह से आप बहुत सारी चीज़ें कर सकते हैं। देन नेक्स्ट स्लाइड सर। बिल्डिंग अ पॉजिटिव इन्वायरमेंट इन क्लासरूम, ये सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है हमारा टॉपिक, क्योंकि सबसे ज़्यादा इंटीग्रिटी हम कितना भी सीख लें, हमें अपने बच्चों पे इसको इम्प्लीमेंट करना है, क्योंकि हमारे जो बच्चे होते हैं वो आने वाले फ्यूचर होते हैं। तो फर्स्ट फॉर द सोशल इंटीग्रिटी इन द क्लासरूम, हमें पहली बात को एक अच्छा सा इन्वायरमेंट क्रिएट करना है, क्योंकि बच्चे अगर सेफ और अच्छा फील करेंगे तभी वो अपनी बात को आप तक रखेंगे। कितनी बार आप ऐसे सिचुएशंस में आते हैं जब बच्चे घर पे भी अपनी बात नहीं बताते हैं, बट एज अ टीचर आपको बताते हैं, तो वो आप में अपने आप को फील महसूस करते हैं। आई थिंक पंडित में बहुत सारे केसेस को बताती है कि वो लड़की ने ऐसा किया वैसा किया, तो कैसे वो जान पा रही है, क्योंकि वो इंटीमेट हो बच्चों को समझ बच्चों में रह रही है, बच्चों को फील एनवायरनमेंट दे रही है, सेफ एनवायरनमेंट था, क्योंकि वो मैम हो गई। तो ऐसे टीचर मुझे लगता है मेरी नजर में कि वो बच्चों को बहुत अच्छा सेफ एनवायरनमेंट देते हैं। ओके, तो इस तरह से हम दे सकते हैं उनको। तो फर्स्ट हमारा है यहाँ पे स्टार्टिंग द फाउंडेशन ऑफ ट्रस्ट एंड रिस्पेक्ट। तो देखिए, रेस्पेक्ट सिर्फ बच्चे ही आपको देंगे, आप बच्चों को नहीं देंगे, हमें भी बच्चों को रिस्पेक्ट देना है। कैसे? तो जब भी आप क्लास में आए या कोई ऐसा बच्चा कुछ आपको दे, तो आपको उसके नाम से उसको ग्रीट करना है, ताकि बच्चों को अच्छा लगे कि मैम ने क्या बुलाया या सर ने क्या बुलाया, उसका नाम लिया। बच्चों को टीचर्स के मुंह से अपना नाम सुनना क्या होता है, अच्छा लगता है कि आप मैम ने मुझे बुलाया, मुझे बताया, मतलब मुझसे पूछा, है ना। तो ऐसे बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल्स आपको डे टू डे लाइफ में आपकी क्लास में मिल जाएगा। एंड टीचर्स विल ट्राई टू नो देयर चिल्ड्रन एज इंडिविजुअल, और हमेशा बच्चों को इंडिविजुअली जानना भी आपका उतना ही रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है। इससे पहले जब मैं जिस स्कूल में थी, हम लोगों को पूरा हर बच्चे का डाटा मिलता था, उसके फादर, उसके विलेज, वो किस विलेज से बिलोंग करता था, वहाँ तक भी लोग जाते थे, टीचर जाते थे, और वहाँ पर लोग सर्वे करके आना पड़ता था कि बच्चा किस माहौल से आ रहा है, कैसा है उसका बैकग्राउंड। तो ये सब चीज़ें हम लोगों को भी कहीं ना कहीं अप्लाई करनी चाहिए, ताकि बच्चों का पूरा जो अच्छा डेवलपमेंट हम अपने क्लास में कर सकें। Then and create a safe and inclusive space where everyone feels valued, warmly, and simple act like greeting students by name, जैसा कि मैं पहले बता चुकी हूँ। Encourage open communication, ये भी हम लोग पहले बता चुके हैं कि हम लोग को क्या करना है, बच्चों के साथ ओपन कम्युनिकेशन करना है, उनसे बातें करनी है। Foster a sense of community, encourage clear rules and procedures। देखिए, बच्चों को, जैसा कि अभी कल से बोल रहे थे कि सभी टीचर्स को एज अ क्लास टीचर हम बच्चों को ये बताना होगा कि व्हाट आर द रूल्स ऑफ स्टूडेंट, प्रॉपर सिट करना, बेल रिंग होने के बाद उनको प्रॉपरली क्यू में निकलना, और हमेशा एक डिसिप्लिन मेंटेन करना। इस बात का रूल्स कौन बताएगा, एक टीचर ही बताएंगे। तो ये सब इंटीग्रिटी में आता है, और ये नहीं कि टीचर नहीं देख रहे तो बच्चे बर्दाश्त करेंगे। अगर वो इंटीग्रिटी में आ जाते हैं, अगर वो ऑनेस्ट बनते हैं, हम रहे ना रहे क्लास में, डिसिप्लिन क्या होगा, ऑब्वियसली मेंटेन होगा। यही चीज हमें करना है, जो अगर इस सेशन से हम लोग कुछ ये करें सीख रहे तो। हाँ, दैट प्रोसीड्यूर्स। और जितनी बार होता है कि बच्चे क्या करते हैं, अगर मान लीजिए सपोज आपका कितना भी फेवरेट स्टूडेंट क्यों ना हो, आपको प्रोसीड्यूर फॉलो करना है। अगर मान लीजिए आपने कोई डेडलाइन दिया है, कोई सबमिशन का, कोई प्रोजेक्ट सबमिशन का, तो एज अ टीचर आपको सब पे सेम रूल फॉलो करना है। ये नहीं कि आपका फेवरेट टीचर है तो आप पार्ट में भी ले लिए, और कोई आपका उतना फेवरेट नहीं है तो आपने उस पर बहुत ज़्यादा रूल्स किया कि आपने नहीं दिया तो आपको सबमिट करना होगा। रूल्स है ना, प्रोसीड्यूर आपको कायम रखना है। कम्युनिकेट एक्सपेक्टेशन फॉर बी रिस्पेक्टफुल। हमेशा जो है आपको लगातार हमेशा इस चीज़ के पीछे थोड़ा दिन तक लगे रहना पड़ेगा। नो चीटिंग, नो कॉपिंग, ये बच्चों को बताना होगा कि हमेशा यू हैव टू बी ऑनेस्ट इन योर क्लास। देन मॉडल इंटीग्रिटी, जो बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है, टीचर्स शुड डेमोन्स्ट्रेट ऑनेस्टली, फेयरनेस एंड एथिकल बिहेवियर इन देयर इंटरैक्शंस विद स्टूडेंट्स। जैसे क्या होता है कि जब भी हम स्टूडेंट कम्स इन असाइनमेंट लेट, इंस्टेड ऑफ इग्नोरिंग द रूल्स, द टीचर से आई नो यू वर्क हार्ड बट आई हैव टू बी फेयर एवरीवन, आई विल एक्सेप्ट इट विद अ लेट पेनल्टी because that's what we agreed on. This shows that teacher is honest and fair to all students. अगर आप कोई भी चीज बच्चों से कुछ सबमिट ले रहे हैं तो यू हैव टू कि अगर वो बच्चा लेट कर रहा है तो आपको पेनल्टी देनी होगी, है ना, क्योंकि बच्चे ने वर्क हार्ड किया है. बट discuss academic integrity means now discuss academic integrity, talk about the importance of honesty and integrity in learning and explain what plagiarisms and other forms of academic studies honesty are. यानी कि आपको इंटीग्रिटी का मतलब ये है कि अबाउट द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ बीइंग ऑनेस्ट एंड एथिकल इन स्कूल वर्क. आप बच्चों को ये सिखाएंगे कि आपको अपने दिए हुए स्कूल वर्क में क्या करना है, आपको ऑनेस्टी कायम रखनी है. नो चीटिंग, कभी भी कोई असाइनमेंट बनाने के टाइम को या चीटिंग के टाइम में कोई भी चीट नहीं करना है. अवॉइड और किसी की कॉपी नहीं करते. बच्चे लोग क्या करते हैं, खुद मैथ बनाकर नहीं आते हैं और हमेशा कॉपी करते हैं, जैसे कि सामू सर या धीरेज को सबको अच्छे से पता होगा, है ना. तो कितनी बार ऐसा होता है कि बच्चे क्या करते हैं, क्लास में कॉपी कर लेते हैं लास्ट मोमेंट में. डूइंग योर वर्क और डूइंग योर ओन वर्क एंड फॉलोइंग, अपना काम खुद करना है एंड फॉलो करना है. अंडरस्टैंडिंग कंसिक्वेंस फॉर डिसऑनेस्टी, आपको ये भी देखना है कि अगर आप डिसऑनेस्टी होते हैं तो आपको उसके क्या नतीजे भोगने पड़ सकते हैं. व्हाई इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट, ये इम्पोर्टेंट क्यों है, बिकॉज टॉकिंग अबाउट एकेडमिक इंटीग्रिटी हेल्प्स स्टूडेंट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई ऑनेस्टी मैटर्स, हाउ टू अवॉइड मिस्टेक्स एंड व्हाट इज मीन टू बी अ रिस्पांसिबल लर्नर. यानी कि बच्चों में ये डिस्कशन, एकेडमिक डिस्कशन क्यों जरूरी है, क्योंकि इससे क्या होगा कि बच्चों को ये पता चलेगा कि उनको इनके लिए ऑनेस्टी और एक अच्छा लर्नर बनना कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है. क्योंकि एक अच्छा इंटीग्रिटी के साथ बच्चा इन फ्यूचर में एक अच्छा कैरेक्टर कायम कर सकता है. तो देन नेक्स्ट स्लाइड, रोल ऑफ सीबीएसई. तो सीबीएसई का क्या रोल है, जैसा कि सीबीएसई का रोल अभी आपको दिख रहा है कि करिकुलम जो है वो डिजाइन करना है. हम लोग को जैसे ये ट्रेनिंग क्यों दिया गया है, ये सीबीएसई के थ्रू जो ट्रेनिंग मिला है इसलिए मिला है क्योंकि इसमें सीबीएसई का रोल है. अगर वो इसको इंटीग्रेट नहीं करेगा या फिर वो इसको अगर इंक्लूड नहीं करेगा तो हम टीचर इसको अप्लाई नहीं कर पाएंगे. देन असेसमेंट मेथड के थ्रू भी सीबीएसई प्रमोट करता है इंटीग्रिटी को. एंड टीचर ट्रेनिंग, जो कि अभी आपके पास ये आपके थ्रू ये चल रहा है कि ये आपको टीचर ट्रेनिंग दी जा रही है ऑन द टॉपिक ऑफ इंटीग्रिटी, एम्पावरिंग टीचर्स विद टूल्स एंड रिसोर्स टू टीच इंटीग्रिटी इफेक्टिवली. बच्चों को आप कितने अच्छे से इंटीग्रिटी समझाते हैं और आज से आपको यही देखना है कि बच्चों को आप क्लासेस में कैसे इंटीग्रिटी को फॉलो करवाएंगे. नेक्स्ट समरी कंक्लूजन है. समरी इंटीग्रिटी इज क्रूशियल फॉर सक्सेस इन एजुकेशन. अगर हम इंटीग्रिटी को फॉलो करते हैं तो इससे क्या फायदा होता है कि एजुकेशन में, पर्सनल लाइफ में और प्रोफेशनल एनवायरनमेंट भी आपका बहुत अच्छा इंप्रूव होता है. क्लास टू एक्शन, टीचर्स वुड मॉडल एंड प्रमोट इंटीग्रिटी इन देयर क्लासरूम्स, encouraging students to live with honest, fairness and responsibility. बच्चों में हमेशा सच्चाई बनी रहे, वो ऑनेस्ट रहे और साथ ही साथ उनके ऊपर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बनी रहे. यही इंटीग्रिटी का मेन मोटो होता है. फाइनल थॉट, इंटीग्रिटी इज डूइंग द राइट थिंग इवन व्हेन नो वन इज वाचिंग. मैंने वही कहा कि आपको अपनी ऑनेस्टी कायम रखनी है. इन बच्चों को भी ये बताना है कि आप हमेशा ऑनेस्ट रहें, चाहे कोई आपको देखे या ना. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. इंटीग्रिटी फॉर स्टूडेंट्स, क्योंकि हम लोग ये ट्रेनिंग किसके लिए कर रहे हैं, खुद के लिए भी कर रहे हैं और साथ ही साथ मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट वी आर टीचर्स, तो हम अपने स्टूडेंट्स के लिए कर रहे हैं कि उनमें इंटीग्रिटी का इम्प्रूवमेंट कैसे करना है. देन नेक्स्ट स्लाइड सर. इंटीग्रिटी जैसा कि ऑलरेडी विश्वकर्मा सर हम लोग को समझा चुके हैं कि इंटीग्रिटी एक ऐसा मोरल प्रिंसिपल होता है. हम इंटीग्रिटी क्यों इम्प्रूव करते हैं, ये सारे पॉइंट्स आपके लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट, क्योंकि हमें विश्वास जीतना होता है. हमें अपने टीचर्स का, स्टूडेंट अपने टीचर्स का, और टीचर्स को इंटीग्रिटी रखनी है अपने स्टूडेंट्स का मन जीतने के लिए. अगर आप अपने स्टूडेंट्स का ट्रस्ट नहीं जीत पाएंगे तो यू विल नेवर बी अ गुड टीचर. एंड रेस्पेक्ट, हेल्थ डेवलपमेंट, स्ट्रॉन्ग कैरेक्टर. आप बच्चों के अच्छे कैरेक्टर को डेवलप करेंगे. लीड टू सक्सेस इन पर्सनल एंड एकेडमिक लाइफ. अपने पर्सनल और एकेडमिक लाइफ में आप आगे बढ़ सकते हो. इंकरेज रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एंड अकाउंटेबिलिटी, और अपने जिम्मेदारियों को भी बना सकते हो. नेक्स्ट एग्जाम्पल्स ऑफ इंटीग्रिटी। अगर आपको एग्जाम्पल देना है बच्चों को तो आप बोल सकते हैं कि प्लीज आप एग्जाम में क्या नहीं करोगे, चीट नहीं करेंगे। एंड अगर आपको कोई सामान मिलता है तो आप क्या करोगे, उसको रिटर्न करेंगे। एंड स्टैंड अप फॉर व्हाट इज राइट। आप कोई सच बोले ना बोले, आपको अपने सच के लिए क्या करना है, खड़े रहना। एंड एडमिटिंग मिस्टेक्स एंड लर्न फ्रॉम देम। अगर मुझसे गलती हुई है तो मुझे एडमिट करना होगा, मानना होगा। एंड इवन ये चीज आपको अपने स्टूडेंट को समझाना है कि अगर वो गलती करते हैं तो आपको क्या करना है, उनको एडमिट कर लेना कि हाँ सर ये मुझसे गलती हुई है, नेक्स्ट टाइम ये नहीं हो। नेक्स्ट हाउ टू डेवलप इंटीग्रिटी। ऑलरेडी हम लोग पढ़ चुके हैं कि हमें सच रहना है, ट्रूथफुल बनना है, हमें ईमानदार बनना है, हमें प्रॉमिस को रखना है, हमें अपनी किए हुए प्रॉमिस पे कायम रहना है। कमिटमेंट जैसा कि लीडर हमेशा करता है, बट वो कितने कमिटमेंट्स पे रहता है, कायम रहता है क्या लीडर? कभी नहीं रहते, बहुत कम चीजों पे कायम रहते हैं। टेक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी फॉर योर एक्शन। अगर कोई गलती हुई है तो वो मुझसे हुई है, जैसे कि घर में कितनी बार कोई चीज टूटती है तो क्या करते हैं, सिबलिंग्स क्या करते हैं, अगर भाई से टूटा है तो चुपचाप भाग जाता है और किस पे ब्लेम लगता है, सिस्टर और या फिर दूसरे ब्रदर पे। ऐसा कितनी बार मैंने भी किया है कि मतलब चीजें जो हैं वो खराब तोड़ के मैं वहाँ से भाग जाती थी और ब्लेम, पर फिर भी मैं पकड़ा भी जाती थी, मैं बचती नहीं थी और फिर मम्मी का मार पड़ता था। तो ट्रीट अदर्स विद रिस्पेक्ट एंड फेयरनेस। सबके साथ सम्मान देना है, सबके साथ फेयर करना है। ये नहीं कि कोई आपका लविंग बच्चा है तो आप उसको ज्यादा प्यार करोगे और कोई नहीं है तो आप उसको अच्छे से ट्रीट नहीं करोगे। देन नेक्स्ट तो चलिए हम एक हल्का सा एक्टिविटी में करवाऊंगी। यहाँ पे एक ऑनेस्टी बॉल रखा हुआ है, यहाँ पे कुछ चीट्स हैं तो वन बाई वन कोई टीचर जैसे कि मंडल सर आ सकते हैं, पवन सर, कामू सर, प्रियंका मैम एंड अब्दुल मैम, ओके सॉरी काजल मैम। तो प्लीज कम ऑन द स्टेज। अपना अपना आपको एक चीट उठाना है, आपको सिचुएशन देने हैं और वो डिलेमा भी मैं दूंगी आपको। इसमें अपने थॉट्स कि आप इंटीग्रिटी को कितना फॉलो करते हैं यह भी मालूम चल जाएगा थोड़ी देर। आप कितना इंटीग्रिटी फॉलो करते हैं, वन बाय वन बोलना है। एक चीट ले लीजिए अपना।
You find a wallet from the group with money and ID cards. No one sees you pick it up. Dharma, do you return it or keep the money or leave it where it is?
क्या लिखा है सर?
काउंटर में टॉयलेट मिला है और किसी ने देखा नहीं उनको भागते हुए, तो यहाँ डिलेमा सिचुएशन में डिलेमा ये है कि आप खुद रख लेंगे या फिर रिटर्न करेंगे।
रिटर्न करेंगे।
किसको? नहीं करना।
मेरा सिचुएशन है, हेलो, टीचर praises you for something you did not do, assuming it was your work. Do you correct the mistake or accept the praises and stay with it? देखिए मैम ऐसा है, ये हम अपने कोशिश करेंगे कि हमारी तरफ से कोई इंटीग्रिटी नहीं हो, ठीक है, और हम डिसऑनेस्टली उससे बात करेंगे कि वो ऐसा मिस्टेक ना करे।
हाँ, क्योंकि हमें क्या करना है, हमें अपने फ्रेंड को भी इंटीग्रिटी और ऑनेस्टी पे लाना है।
एक्चुअल में इसको हम एकेडमिक इंचार्ज को रिटर्न करेंगे सबसे पहले, और वो जिस बच्चे को होगा उस बच्चे को रिटर्न क्या नहीं मिलेगा? बाहर मिलेगा तो भी हम एकेडमिक इंटरेस्ट को ही वापस करेंगे। बाहर मिले रोड मेरा टॉपिक स्टूडेंट का है मैडम, ये स्टूडेंट का मेरा टॉपिक है, स्टूडेंट स्कूल ग्रुप का है, इसीलिए
मेरा चीज है you notice your best friend cheating during the test, ठीक है? जैसे कि कोई मेरा बेस्ट फ्रेंड है और वो चीटिंग कर रहा है टेस्ट में, ठीक है? तो द टीचर डज नॉट सी, वो टीचर देखे नहीं है, बट तो उस समय इस कंडीशन में एंड योर फ्रेंड आस्क्स यू नॉट टू
बोला कि प्लीज बताना मत, वीडियो को देख लिया टाइम से
तो एक्चुअली इंटीग्रिटी जो हम लोग अभी पढ़े सीखे, तो ऑब्वियसली हम क्या करेंगे, टीचर्स को तो बता देंगे कि सर देखिए वो चीटिंग कर रहे हैं, तो ऐसा चुपके से बताएंगे, बट फ्रेंड को बरकरार रखेंगे कि सर हम नहीं बोल रहे।
Copy your homework saying they didn't have time to finish it. And the dilemma is, do you help them by letting them copy or say no and risk them getting angry? Means अगर किसी फ्रेंड ने आपका होमवर्क कॉपी करना चाहा और आप उसको कॉपी करने दोगे या नहीं दोगे, तो मैं उसको अपना होमवर्क भले उसको समझा दूंगी लेकिन उसको कॉपी करने नहीं दूंगी। वो तो गुस्सा हो जाएगा, फिर वो तो अपने फ्रेंड को तोड़ लेगा। नहीं, अगर वो मेरा रियल फ्रेंड है तो फिर वो मुझसे गुस्सा क्यों होगा? उसको मार पड़ेगी, टीचर से मैं पनिशमेंट मिलने वाला है, तो आई विल हेल्प हिम कंप्लीट हिज होमवर्क। ओके मैम, थैंक यू।
My situation is, you are in a group project, but one student does nothing. The teacher asks for feedback on team participation. The dilemma is, do you tell the truth and risk the other student getting a bad grade, or do you say everyone has to avoid conflict? इसमें वो
ग्रुप वर्क में काम कर रहा है, तो ग्रुप में अगर बच्चा हेल्प नहीं कर रहा है तो ग्रुप में आपको उसको हटा देना है या उसको सपोर्ट करना है?
सपोर्ट ही करना है, इसलिए क्योंकि सपोर्ट करते हैं तो वो इनकरेज होगा और प्रोजेक्ट में अच्छे से काम करेगा, बेस्ट करेगा, और वो ग्रुप में साथ रहने की वजह से ही कुछ सीख भी पाएगा।
तो ये सब कुछ डिलेमास थे जो बच्चों को आपको एज ए रोल प्ले अपने क्लासेस में 1-2 मिनट लगेंगे, आप ऐसे मजेदार चीजें करवा सकते हैं जिससे बच्चे क्या होंगे, बच्चे सिचुएशन को टैकल करेंगे और उनको और सीखने में मजा आए। तो थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ऑल द टीचर्स हु कम हियर एंड प्ले द गेम। नाउ माय लास्ट साइड इज हाइंस डिलेमा। बहुत अच्छी स्टोरी है और ऑलरेडी आप सबको पता होगा कि ये स्टोरी किसकी है। स्टोरी के बारे में उसको पता है नहीं बार, लेकिन मैम प्लीज कम ओके। ऐसा पढ़े कि वो मेडिकल से बोला जाता है उसको दवा लाने में वो दवा लाने जाता है तो उसको ऐसा उसके पास थोड़ा पैसा कम रहता है, उतना पूरा याद हो जाए कुछ ऐसा बिल्कुल ना।
उनके पास देखिए ऐसा डिलेमा होता है, उनकी जो वाइफ रहती है ना वो बीमार रहती है बहुत ज़्यादा, ठीक है, और उनके पास एक डॉक्टर रेफर करता है कोई इंजेक्शन, ठीक है, वो इंजेक्शन क्या है कि वो बहुत ज़्यादा कॉस्ट है उसका, ठीक है, बहुत ज़्यादा उसका उनके पास पैसा नहीं होता है, ठीक है। अब उनके पास डिलेमा है, या तो वो चोरी करे मेडिसिन जा करके जो भी मेडिकल है वहाँ से, या फिर अपने वाइफ को मारने दे। उनके पास 2 डिलेमा है।
तो यहाँ पे डिलेमा एंड इंटीग्रिटी थी, कैसे वो दुविधा में भी उसने अपने इंटीग्रिटी को बरकरार रखा। इस बारे में थोड़ी सी 15 मिनट का लास्ट मिनट में हमारा कंप्लीट करेंगे। तो यहाँ पे जो डिलेमा है एक क्लासिकल एथिकल प्रॉब्लम है जिससे आपको मॉरलिटी बताता है कि क्या करना चाहिए। आप लॉ का समझ रहे हैं, कैसे आप लॉ भी फॉलो करेंगे, आप अपनी इंटीग्रिटी भी फॉलो करेंगे। हेल्प अस अंडरस्टैंड डिफरेंट अप्रोचेस टू एथिकल डिसीजन मेकिंग, कि आप कितने भी बैड कंडीशन में क्यों ना हो आप सही डिसीजन जरूर ले पाए। इसके लिए आपको एक थोड़ी सी स्टोरी दिखाई गई है। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। तो यहाँ पे वही है सेम कि needs an expensive medicine to save his dying wife. अपनी पत्नी को बचाने के लिए मरती हुई पत्नी को एक मेडिसिन चाहिए जो बहुत कॉस्टली है, and the pharmacist refuse to lower the price. वो कितना रिक्वेस्ट करता है कि प्लीज प्राइस कम कर दीजिए, बट वो मना कर देता है। तो लास्ट में हिंज उसको चुराने का फैसला करता है कि मैं उसको क्या करूंगा, चोरी कर लूंगा। And should Hinge still it will obey the law, what is the right decision? तो इस पे हमारे जो कॉल बक्स हैं उन्होंने कुछ कंक्लूजन दिया है, कुछ स्टेप्स बताया था कि उन्होंने मॉडल वैल्यूज की डेफिनेशन एक थ्योरी बनाई है, उसमें उन्होंने 3 लेवल और 6 स्टेजेस में इसको डिफाइन किया है। तो जो पहला लेवल है, नेक्स्ट सेक्शन, कि यहाँ पे जो डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव्स है ऑन इंटीग्रिटी, कैसा कैसा नजरिया होता है कि अगर आप चुरा लेते हैं, जैसे कि हिंज जो है वो चुरा लेता है सपोज, तो क्या करता है, उसको पता है कि लॉ क्या करेगी, इसको पनिशमेंट देगी। बट अगर सोशली और इमोशनली देखें तो उसके लिए नजरिए में क्या इंपॉर्टेंट था कि अपने वाइफ को सेव करना है ना। और कहीं ना कहीं आपको नहीं लगता है कि व्हाट इज इम्पोर्टेंट, एक क्या लॉ बड़ा है या किसी का लाइफ बड़ा है? ऑब्वियसली लॉ को चेंज किया जा सकता है इन फ्रंट ऑफ लाइफ, है ना, कि लॉ भी कहती है कि जीवन से बड़ा उनका कानून नहीं है। तो सेम इसी तरह जो है वो अपनी वाइफ से इतना प्यार करता था, इतना उसको मानता था कि वो उसके लिए रॉन्ग लाइन में जाने को वो रेडी हो गए। ये जो हिंज का डिलेमा है ये हमको ये सिखाता है कि कभी कभी इंसान को अगर ऐसा सिचुएशन दे दिया जाए, ऐसे डिलेमा में फंसा दिया जाए, तो क्या करना पड़ता है, रॉन्ग भी काम करना पड़ता है। बट दैट टाइम वो गलत नहीं था, वो उसके लिए क्या था, सही था। तो यही सिचुएशन कभी कभी आपको डिलेमा में फंसाने का हो सकता है लाइफ में, और आए दिन हमारे लाइफ में ऐसा होता है, क्या करूँ, ये करूँ कि ना करूँ, अगर ये करते हैं तो ऐसा हो सकता है। तो और सोशल समाज हमेशा ये सोचता है द लॉ मे बी रॉन्ग, कानून आपको पनिशमेंट दे सकती है, पर समाज कहीं ना कहीं आपको बोलेगा नहीं उसने ठीक किया क्योंकि उसने अपने किसको बचाया, अपनी वाइफ को बचाया। इवन कोई भी सिचुएशन में होता तो वो अपने मदर फादर, हम अपने फैमिली को बचाते, अपने बच्चे को, अपने रिलेटिव्स को बचाना चाहेंगे। लॉ को बाद में हैंडल कर देंगे, जो पनिशमेंट देगा हम ले लें। तो ये होता है। और यूनिवर्सल एथिकल प्रिंसिपल की बात करें कि वही बात है कि फेविकल लाइफ इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट देन लॉ। तो लॉ मॉरल हमको यही बताता है कि पर्सनल तो शुड हैंड फॉलो हिज वैल्यूज और सोसाइटिकल रूल्स। तो वो क्या करेगा, वो अपने वैल्यूज को फॉलो करेगा या समाज के वैल्यूज को फॉलो करेगा? ऑब्वियसली वो अपनी वैल्यूज को फॉलो करता है। तो नेक्स्ट दैट हिंज स्टिल द ड्रग, अगर वो चलाता है ब्रेकिंग द लॉ एंड जस्टिफाइड टू सेव अ लाइफ, क्योंकि वो जानता है कि जीवन से बढ़ के वो कुछ भी नहीं है। हाइंस ऑबे द लॉ, अगर वो लॉ को ओबे करता है तो उसकी वाइफ बचेगी ही नहीं, क्योंकि कभी भी उसको कोई सॉल्यूशन निकल ही नहीं वाला, मतलब वो उसको बचाने नहीं वाला है। अगर बचाना होता तो वो ड्रग एडिक्ट क्या करता, वो केमिस्ट उसको दवाई कम करके दे देता था। देन पॉल वर्क्स स्टेजेस ऑफ मोरल डेवलपमेंट, जैसा कि उन्होंने समझाया कि हमारे 3 लेवल्स होते हैं। Then first is pre-conventional, then conventional, and the last one is post-conventional. Okay. Then next. So the question is coming at the end, and now going to one.
So this is a great and wonderful sessions. And really our resource persons, they are very energetic and they are burning like the sun to provide us information regarding the ethics and integrity. Now I would like to call our most senior and most senior knowledge officer on the dais for the vote of thanks ceremony.
सबसे पहले मैं धन्यवाद दूंगा सीबीएसई को, उन्होंने इतना अच्छा टॉपिक्स को रखा, एथिक्स एंड इंटीग्रिटी। ये रियली बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट है फॉर ह्यूमन बीइंग के लिए, नॉट ओनली फॉर स्टूडेंट्स एंड टीचर्स, सभी के लिए। अगर एथिक्स और इंटीग्रिटी लेकर के चलाया जाए, जीवन सक्सेसफुल हो जाएगा सभी का, किसी भी एंगल से कहीं आपको प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी। बहुत ही टफ है इसको निभाना। फिर भी हमारे टीचर ने, हमारे जो टीचर्स थे अभी, दिनेश परमाणिक सर, दिनेश विश्वकर्मा सर, मिसेस मीना कुमारी, इन्होंने अपनी बातों को इतना अच्छा से रखा, उनके लिए मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ कि अपनी बातों को बहुत ही अच्छा से इन्होंने रखा। और धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ प्रिंसिपल मैडम को, जिन्होंने पहले आकर के सभी को हम लोग को संबोधन किया और सभी को थैंक्स दिया। यहाँ पर जो डेकोरेशन किए उनको भी धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ, क्योंकि हमारे अगर फोर्थ ग्रेड स्टाफ ना हो, एथिक्स की बात यहाँ पर आता है, फोर्थ ग्रेड स्टाफ ना हो, जो आपने पहले कहा काम छोटा और बड़ा, तो छोटा काम भी बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट है। अगर आज हमारे स्वीपर ना होते तो ये सफाई दिखाई नहीं पड़ता, ये इतना अच्छा सजा नहीं होता। या प्रिंसिपल मैडम आके करेंगे, मैं आके करूँगा, टीचर्स आके करेंगे, तो सभी काम इक्वल है और ये सबको दिमाग में रख के कोई काम को करना है। धन्यवाद सभी को।
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words. Now I would like to wrap up this training session by performing our tradition by singing our national anthem. So I would like to invite our Israel sir beyond the ties on the national